What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Tuesday Night Live. Here we go, man. We got some topics to talk about. Hopefully, some people can get in here. Looks like my wife sent me 400 gems. That's pretty cool. Hang on a second, guys. Got a text. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in here. Make sure you can hear me and everything. That's what we try to do at the beginning. Make sure everything's working. I'm coming through good to everybody. Send me a comment. Make sure everything's popping up. Everything's working good before we get started. I'd like to welcome everybody in here. And, you know, if you come in, say hey. All that good stuff. Just had me a sweet little supper from Jack's. Got me a little cheeseburger and some French fries. And, yeah, we're ready to get started, man. So, hoping I'm coming through good today. Yeah, what's up, Ronnie? Happy Tuesday. I didn't have a taco. I didn't have Taco Tuesday. I had a hamburger. So, how y'all doing? How's y'all's week going? Is it working out so far for you? I know it's only Tuesday, but I mean, my guys have been getting it, man. Loud and clear, man. Appreciate it, James. Appreciate you being in here. Appreciate you letting me know everything's working good for this Tuesday Night Live. I'm kind of enjoying the lives, as y'all know. You know, Sundays is a pretty big hit for us, but Tuesdays we can try to bring in some people that don't usually come in. I just can't get situated, Ken. I'm just like all over the place, man. Just trying to relax in here, get situated for y'all. So, and I don't know if y'all can hear it, but this chair's a little bit squeaky, but it's all right. It's all good. No, yeah, I just wanted to let everybody get in here that's going to get in here tonight, and then we'll start talking, you know, try to give it a good couple minutes. I know this is Tuesday Night Live. It's a little different than Sunday Night Live, so it might take a little bit longer for people to jump in. But anybody got any questions? Anybody got any concerns with, you know, how your business is going right now? And yeah, we'll dive off in here and talk about what I put on the title, and you know, and it kind of helped me out today just because I was going through the process of bidding, so. I kind of got it fresh on my mind right now to talk about, and how you go into it, what's your strategy of it, and, you know, possibly land jobs, or, you know, you might not land. Like I said, we're not going to land every job that we get. You know, if we do, we need to reevaluate our numbers, because we might be the, you know, the cheap guy, you know, but we don't want to leave a lot of meat on the bones. You know, I mean, we don't want to leave any meat on the bones, is what I'm trying to say. We want to, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to get to it here in a minute, James. We're going to see if how many people we can get in here, you know, give it a couple more minutes. There's 7 people in here right now. We'll see if we can get up to 10 people, and then, yeah, let's do my thought process on how I go into bidding, whether it's a residential yard or a commercial yard, you know, kind of what my game plan, what my thought process is on trying to give y'all a little bit of a step-by-step that might help you. Like I said, again, our areas are totally different from each other, you know, so, you know, what you can possibly get in your area from what I can possibly get in my area is going to be, you know, way different. But you know, there is a process, I think, you know, to try to help you and seeing a bigger picture than seeing something that's like, wow, it's way overgrown, it's way out of whack. Your first initial eye contact looking at it, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna be so high, but you don't realize once you get it back to normal, it might not be as bad. So what's up, Dog House? Appreciate you being in here tonight, man. Good evening, folks. Yeah, and we'll go ahead and try to jump off in it a little bit. But James, I appreciate you adding this comment in here. It says, your thoughts on that commercial bid. And I guess, you're talking about the bid that I did today, or that I'm doing and stuff. And he said, too, it's about money for sure, but I feel timing also is a major factor also. You're 100% correct. You're spot on that. So on that bid today and everything that, I didn't really show y'all, and I didn't show y'all really for the fact that, I'm worried about this particular place, and I mentioned it. They are like a wholesale place or whatever. They don't sell to the public, all that. So they're kind of a little bit off the wall, a little bit of if I was to get a shot of their building or name or something like that, I didn't want it to come back at me or whatever. But so I kind of just left it at that. But they called me. Ricky called me this morning and said, hey, there needs somebody to come and bid our business over here, where he works at. It's a big factory and everything. And I said, okay, I'll run over there and talk to the manager or whatever. And he already gave me a little bit, of what somebody else's bid. So in this scenario, guys, I had a little bit of backing. I had a little bit of information. So, this is going to be a little bit different than if I talk here in a little while about not knowing, not having any information. So I had a little bit of information given to me because a lot of times it helps when you know somebody, So I've known Ricky for years, and he brought it along to me, gave me a little bit of numbers that, they're getting 3 bids, what one person already bid it for. And I was like, okay, well, that ain't a bad price is what I was thinking. I said, that ain't too terrible, But as I got there and looked at it and saw, that number could have been, a little bit better. And, it could have been a little bit nicer number, So I know that guy. I don't know the guy that bid it. I have no information on who it was that bid it or whatever. But me looking at it and thinking about it, I was like, man, he's a little under, and that happens, Sometimes we get to where we're bidding stuff, and then we do underbid a little bit. And what's up, Ray? Glad you're in here. I was about to mention you, so you came in right at the nick of time. But that's like Ray when he was bidding the stump yard, the stump job. There was he had it in the back of his mind. Man, am I a little cheap? Did I go a little bit less? So I looked at the numbers and I looked at the property, and I felt like it needed to be a little bit more, but there's a place right beside it, so I'm going to try to land both of them at once and then work my numbers in. So the company that bid it, that I didn't bid, I don't know if they went year-round with the bid, and that's the difference between me and them. Now, they're doing a initial cleanup bid, and then they're going to do a monthly bid, but I think the guy was saying that it was not year-round. I am not going to take on any industrial, manufacturing, big commercial properties like it is for a seasonal work. I'm not going to do it. To me, it's a waste of time. I like the year-round work. I like the 12 months out of the year, and that would secure me through the winter months too. And I know Ray and them and all that. You know, a lot of y'all not in the commercial game. So I get that. Y'all are in the more of the residential game. But I'm just trying to try to explain a little bit that the residential, I mean, the commercial side of it can be very beneficial, you know, in itself a lot, you know, like for the fact that, you know, you're getting paid 12 months out of the year. There's times you not even have to go out there, you know, probably 3 months out of the year, you won't even have to go out there and you're still collecting that. And it's kind of like Ray said before too. I've heard in his channel that they're just holding your money for you and everything. Well, that might be the case or whatever, but you know, it makes it sweeter on the people that you're trying to bid to or whatever. If you can don't break it all down, because that, you know, then they're gonna like tell you what they don't want to do and tell you what they do want to do, and they try to fiddle with the numbers and all that. You know, you bid it by the job, of course, but see, like they're wanting us to do some spraying, so I added that to it. And then what I did was, because that other guy was a year-round, wasn't going to be a year-round contract, I put my bid in year-round, and I took off the initial cleanup cost. I said, look, I'm taking the initial cleanup cost. It'll be this number right here for, you know, 12 months out of the year. And a lot of times that kind of helps you, or, you know, the company thinks they're getting a deal, you know, like you're giving them a little bit to try to land the job, but in the long run, you know, you're making it back because you're doing it 12 months when that other guy's only going to do it for, you know, 8 or 9 months. So you're going to get them, you know, extra months in that will easily cover that initial cost of cleanup, you know, and then you keep them on for a year-round basis. So that's kind of what I did today. I kind of worked my numbers up, and you know, I was really close to the guy that was already bidding it, you know. So a lot of times it comes down to what they think of you as far as your personality, your confidence when you're talking to the guy, he's walking you around the property and everything, you know. So make sure you know a lot what you're talking about, do some research and everything, because that will help you in the long run, you know. And I explained to him too, you know, while we were talking, he was asking me what kind of equipment I have and all that. And I said, yeah, I said, really, I got a crew that comes out here. And he goes, oh, really? You got a crew that comes out? I was like, oh yeah, I got a crew. They'll come out, they'll get it cleaned up, get it cut for you. We run John Deere. We're on a commercial plan with them and all that. You know, I don't never have any breakdowns. You know, I don't. I trade my mowers out every 3 years. You know, so they're up to the date, top of the line mowers. You know, so it's like a peace of mind to them if you can, you know, talk to them a little bit while you're walking around the property, you know, and then you say, hey, right down the road, we're doing a big apartment complex. We've been doing it for 14 years. You know, I've been in business 17 years, you know, just kind of give them all that rundown, you know, while you're talking to them, to make sure they know that you're confident and your experience to handle, you know, bigger properties like you're going to try to take on, you know. And I told him we do other industrial properties. A lot of times that helps, and a lot of times you can you know, skimp by a little bit on, you know, making yourself prepped up if you don't have any of them properties, say right off the bat. But it does help. Let's get into some of these questions or whatever, because y'all been bringing some questions in and everything. Dog said, more rain headed this way tonight. Never thought I'd be asking for a break from it. Laugh out loud. Hey, man, me and you too, brother. We about the same way, man. We've been getting a lot of rain. We ain't had no rain in 2 days, man, and it's been good not to have rain for 2 days. So let's see. Building relationships gets me all my work. Exactly, right. What you want to do is you want to build your relationships and everything. Oh, I know. Yeah. So timing is huge. Exactly. Timing is huge. And that's what I want to get into too. And then let's see, from word of mouth is always my favorite. They never ask price. They just want the job done because they know it'll get done right. Exactly. So, you're coming from word of mouth. Somebody's brought you in. They already already helped you on that situation. If you're getting a job from somebody that's already told somebody about you or whatever, then a lot of times that's a walk in the park, man. That's pretty easy, man. But when we get back on the timing, the timing has a lot to do with it too, So that job, even though it's at the apartment, close to my apartment complex, and we already got like about three properties already in this little town. This town's about 15 minutes away from me. So it's not bad for real. For my area, my location, what I have to do, guys, it's not bad. Like I said, I'm in a rural area, and if I can land all these commercial sites, man, and industrial sites, man, that's awesome. So, but you got to look at it when you're looking at the job as far as timing goes, like Ray was talking about, like James was talking about. Like there's a bunch of spots that are like a bunch of weed-eating banks, and my guys, they can handle banks like it ain't nothing. But you got to walk around and look at it and figure out, like, kind of know your timing on your guys and what they can do in amount of time, because that helps out a lot on your bidding and everything. Even if you're doing it by yourself, man, when you're walking around looking, saying like, man, how long would it take me to do this property? Am I really gonna make it out okay? Because it ain't always about just because you get a commercial property, it's better than everything else. I got residential properties that pay amazing, It ain't just because, we're doing all these commercial properties or whatever, commercials is the way to go. You shouldn't go any other way. No. It could work both ways or whatever. I got some really good commercial properties. I got some really paying good timing wise residential properties, and they pay on time. They pay good. So a lot of that is focused in with it, Let's see. Got another question. I have gotten really good at walking properties and talking with customers, pointing out things I see. Exactly. And that's what you're learning. That's what you're doing when you're doing these bids and these jobs, man. There's something that they might not even figure out, and then you point it out to them and say, hey, well, and what about this? What about that? And then they're like, oh, well, I didn't even think about that. So that builds it up too. And that's what was happening today, because the company sold out. Ricky's company sold out a couple months ago, so they got a new investor on it and everything. They're doing great for Ricky. They moved into 4 weeks vacation. The company that invested from them, they want to spend money, is what Ricky's telling me. Like they're fixing the place up. They're wanting to spend money, and that's why he's got me out there, because he's wanting to clean it up. Well, the guy that's out there running it, that I was talking to, he's only been out there 5.5 weeks. So he's like, let's don't worry about this area, but let's worry about this area. And we'll see what we're going to do with this. We'll do an add-on. If you get the bid, later down the road, we'll do an add-on, and you can just price it for however much more it's going to cost to take care of that area. And that's when I asked him, I said, well, how long have you been out here knowing the property? And he's like, 5.5 weeks. I was like, shoot, you ain't even been out here long enough to see what's going to grow up, what's going to go crazy, So, definitely kind of like show them and tell them as you're walking around, if they don't have a lot of knowledge in it. Like I was telling him, there were some areas I was like, man, we probably need to take care of this. It's got a lot of grass and a lot of weeds in it right now. If you don't want us to take care of this, when it comes time to take care of it, say it's like, a month down the road, or, longer, you'll come out cheaper if you let me just take care of it now than telling me to take care of it when that time comes. Because then I'm going to do, a cleanup and, overgrown area that I'm going to charge to get that back right or whatever, So it's best to go ahead and let me handle it, So people not paid to have to worry about people will pay not to have to worry about their properties. You're exactly right. It says, do you watch any John Siemens videos? If a customer tells him he's higher than the other bids, he will tell them, sounds like he is a player in that job, and he will offer to go over the other. Yeah. I have watched him. I do like his that JCP or something. They got like the blue shirts, and he's like in North Carolina or something like that. He does a lot of tree service, and then he does like house foundations and all kind of stuff like that. Yeah, Ronnie, I've watched him a pretty good bit. He is pretty good, man. He's pretty smart, when it comes to bidding and everything. And that's exactly right. Well, there must be a player in the thing or whatever. Let's run over and see why they're cheaper than I'm gonna be. I mean, I ain't never really did that in the lawn care space or whatever. But most people, they don't want to. They're taking 3 bids, and a lot of times they're going to take that cheap bid no matter what. It doesn't matter. They're going to take the cheap bid. They're going to find new lawn care companies every single year until they run out of lawn care companies, and then they start waking up and be like, oh, well, maybe if I'd have paid a little bit more money, this guy right here has been already in the game 17 years. He's cutting a property right down the road he's been doing for 14 years. The dude is pretty consistent, if he's going to stay with somebody like that, but they don't understand. They don't. It's crazy. Bids to see if they miss anything, or just to help the customer pick the right contract. Yeah, see, but when you're doing with a lot of these commercial, industrial sites, commercial sites, they don't want to give you any information on nothing about them. They're just saying, submit the bids and we'll go from there and see what they say. I'm team meeting the customer for estimates. I have a few ghost customers I've never met, but I prefer the relationship. Seems easier to approach them with add-ons work when they've met them. Yep, exactly right. Let's see. Yep, that's him. Yeah. Yeah, I watch his stuff. He usually only posts a video, I think, on Saturdays. I think every Saturday morning, I think, is when he posts a video. He'll do some shorts and all that, but yeah, Ronnie, he's pretty smart, man. He's pretty smart for what he built and everything. Definitely. Yeah, so coming into the bidding side and everything, man, you just gotta do some research. Kind of know your numbers that you need to be in your business. Like I was telling y'all earlier, everybody's business is totally different. My numbers are way different than Ronnie's. My numbers are way different than Doghouse. My numbers are way different than Ray's. Just learn what it's going to cost you to run. And that will help you a lot if you can just learn what it's going to cost you to run. And I mean, and say, break it down. Break everything down in an 8-hour day thing. All right. And say, you're traveling and all that. Break down your fuel, break down your equipment's fuel, break down every little thing to get your numbers to where it needs to be at. Because once you can nail down your numbers and everything, it helps a lot when you're doing the bidding process, Yeah, he has a team following him for content. Yeah, I think he's got somebody doing it. Yeah. Editors and pro storytellers. Yeah, he's on up there, man. I think he's already over 100-something thousand subscribers. But yeah, once people get up into them, numbers of subscribers, they'll pay somebody to do their editing and storylining and try to help them out, and he has somebody that follows around with him with a camera. They probably don't do no work. He's paying them to just walk around and, show everything and film him as he talks in the truck and back and forth. Yeah, once you get into that, it makes it a lot easier than me and Ray and, I think Doghouse is doing some videos. It makes it a little easier, He's got a lot more ideas coming out at him, too, than just one, Yeah, I think Uncle Ray needs a media team, too. You're exactly right. Yeah, wouldn't that be something, seeing Ray with a media team out there? Yeah, got to learn your timing. Exactly. Got to learn your guys' timing. So, figure out what they can do and amount of time, what they can do and amount of, how many yards. And I think it would definitely help in the whole process of bidding jobs. That's one of the main things I think is knowing your numbers, knowing what it's going to take you to run, and then you can go from there on how you can price these jobs and everything out. So, yeah, it's really good, guys. Yeah. So, anybody else got any questions about bidding and about, something that I might be able to help you out with or something? That's what this whole live is going to be about. I want to teach y'all, show y'all, anybody got any questions while we in here? Waiting on the questions to roll in here. They're going to roll in here like crazy. I ain't even going to be able to keep up. Sometimes I get carried away talking and everything, and then it's like, bam, 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 bam. Y'all hit me at once. And I'm like, all right, I'll talk, and then they'll slow down. So, yeah, if you're in here and you don't ever, comment on the thing. I mentioned it in a video, man. Jay came on here. We were all respectful to him. We're all, awesome, community we have here and everything, don't be shy to get on here and ask me a question or anything, man. We I'd welcome them with open arms. Let's see. What's up, everybody? What's up, Tank? What's up, Tank? All right, Tank's in the house. I'm going to get back to video soon. The rain has been kicking my you-know-what. When I've got out, I've been going full speed to get caught up. Hey, man, I don't blame you, man. That's what it takes, man. Sometimes it takes that to get caught up, man. Definitely. Let's see. Did you figure the joining commercial property bid you did today also into your figures at all? Yes, I did do that, hoping that I would land both of them. But if I only land one of them or whatever, I still bid it really good just for that one property to drive over there, it being a year-round with all my other year-rounds in that area, that it's going to make up, pretty good. So that was my wife that asked that question or whatever, and I appreciate her getting in here, trying to get y'all stirred up with some questions. So thank you, honey. I do appreciate that. Yeah, Mama Irv. Yeah, she needs a name, man. We got to get her a name. That's what she was saying. She was so jealous that you got Mama Tank and all that. I still hadn't came up with her something. I'm gonna have to come up with her a name. But yeah. Let's see. Now I put the. If anybody wants to jump on here, Ray, Tank, or anybody, wants to hop on the live tonight or whatever, I'll put it in the top comment or whatever if you got time and you feel like you can explain a little bit on what we're all talking about as far as the bidding process and everything goes. Man, no matter what, be good. I may not want a name. All right, here we go. We got a question. Here we go. We got a question. All right, it says, have you ever bid or did any government work? My local government puts on a request for bids for every 4 years for assistant mowing in our town, like overgrown yards to the point the city pays for it to be mowed. Wow, that's pretty cool though. But no, we don't have anything like that in our town. But I've never bidded a government job. Now, the apartment complexes I do, they're government based, but they're, low income based properties and everything. Now, I do have them, but far as actually a government, facility or something like that, I don't know, man. I got a great background check and all that, but I know it would be a lot of paperwork and a lot of getting into a lot of that to get that done, which I wouldn't have a problem doing it or whatever. But no, I've never really, Ronnie, took on anything like that. Let's see. We on that stunt job tomorrow. My buddy grinding all of them, and Justin going to start cleaning up after some yards. You got a good deal on that. Ray, you saved yourself. Oh yeah. He saved it. He saved himself on that one. And then yeah, man, that guy, man. I mean, it's what we're talking about, right? Knowing people in the game, building relationships, other contractors out here, they might have a piece of equipment that they can run through there. Like he said, when had him on the phone or whatever, he can knock that out in nothing. I mean, he can go in there and make that $800 or whatever you're going to pay him like that. Well, your equipment is a little smaller and everything's going to take you a lot longer, take you a lot more time. And that's what we're talking about. Time is the game. Time is, So now you'll clear about, what, $1,500? You got Justin over there cleaning it up, him drowning the stumps. You don't even have to touch anything. How great is that? You don't even have to touch nothing. Y'all guys, welcome in here. Tank.
What's up, Lee?
What's up, dog? How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm worn out, dog. I'm just fixing me a cup of coffee right now. Doing all right, brother?
Doing good, man. I can't say dog because we got a dog house in here. He is the dog.
Oh, man, dog, look, as long as he's around, I'm just a man next to the man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get on his level.
Yeah.
But how was your day, man? How was everybody's day today? Everybody work hard, make some money?
Yeah. I went around, did some bidding. I got some bad news just a couple minutes ago on my business, and it's pretty bad. I hadn't even looked into it because Roberto called me on the way home, and it was like 6:35, and I said, "Hey, if you can make it to the house, that's good. I'm about to go live, and we'll look at it tomorrow." I thought I was going to have to shut down the live and not even do one today. But, I ain't even mentioned that in this live yet. So yeah. I will here in a minute. Let's see how you've been doing.
Oh, man, shoot, man. I'm I don't know which way's up right now. Trying to play catch up, man. We had a ton of rain last week and just playing catch up, dude. I'm still trying to catch up from last week. Just today, I just got on my first list of the week. Just got on I got Monday's list finished.
Wow.
And thank God for Mason. Thank God for Mason, my youngest son. That dude's killing it, man. 13 years old, and he is out here just crushing it. I mean, I'm very impressed with the kid. I really am. He yesterday we did 15. Today we did 15, and normally we're doing between 10 and 12. I'm sorry, 12 and 13, and he's just. I mean, these are 15 big properties, 15 1 acre properties, not half acre and quarter acre stuff like that. And he's just keeping up, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome, man, that you can get your kid out there, teach him about life, teach him about work, and see if that's really what he wants to do with his life. Or does he need to get back in the book smarts and, not be out here in the hot heat, sun, and all that. It's a good way to see if they really want to do that,
Well, yeah, that's true. But I think the main thing that's helped us out these past 2 days, man, is this. It's hot. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like it has been the past few weeks. Last week, Friday and Saturday, oh my God, that was a different type of heat. And I think the heat index was like 118.
Yeah,
is what I was told. That was nuts, man. And dude, I thought I was gonna die Friday. I'm pretty sure I did die a few times Friday.
Yeah, revive yourself.
Yeah, so if I look translucent to you, that's probably why. probably just a ghost sitting here. But no, I got a question for you, man. I heard the last part I heard before I entered the studio. You was talking about knowing people in the business. What were you getting at there, man? I missed that.
Knowing people in the business that does say they do the line of work that you do, like we were talking about Ray having that guy with the stump grinding, and it's a bigger machine than he is, and Ray was worried that he might have underbidded that job. Well, it come to find out that that guy can do it for $800, and he said in no time. When Ray would be spending most of the day, he was mentioned possibly 2 days out there. Well, now he can get it all done in a day and have Justin over there cleaning up, and he sweeps up about a $1,500 profit. I mean, can you go and roll him right there and not even get out and break a sweat?
Yeah, you can't beat that.
I know.
So
That's good
pretty
money.
much, yeah. So pretty much just subbing it out to somebody.
Yeah, just being a sub. Yeah, being a sub, And I thought about doing that because, man, I knew a guy out on the lakes, man. He builds houses and everything, but he don't build them. He subs everything out. He'll sub the plumbing. He'll sub the electrical work. He'll sub the building the house, doing the foundation. He subs it completely out. Don't break a sweat and making a buck, making money just being a subcontractor.
Yeah, I've got a friend of mine that he had a Takahuchi skid steer, and he sold it. He was doing a lot of work with it, but he had a crew that he couldn't trust, so he got rid of most of his crew. And when he got rid of his crew, he said he didn't really need the skid steer anymore because he couldn't take on any big projects like that no more. And so he started subbing it out to somebody he knows, and he wouldn't give me a dollar amount or anything like that, but he told me, he said, "Man, I'm killing it, just subbing stuff out."
Yeah.
So evidently, there's big money in subbing stuff out.
Oh yeah, definitely. We got a question here. He says, "I have a contract with 4 daycares, which are funded by the government. It's guaranteed work, but their funds are limited." Well, if you've been watching what has been going on online and on the news, they're pretty good funded. They don't even have kids in there staying there, and they're making a crap ton of money, and the government and them's catching that. But my wife kind of put a little dig down there about it, I guess, too, or whatever. So she beat me to the punch. But yeah,
Is he
James,
from Minnesota?
I don't know where James is from. James, put in there where you're from or whatever.
I'm just cutting up.
It says, Lee, I heard you talk about working around the lakes, spraying anything special near the water. We try not to. We try not to spray anything close down to the waters or whatever, but there's times where we have. But my stuff says it's good for like farmlands, pets, animals, and all that. They just don't need to get it direct on them, and it it kind of wears off like after a couple hours or something like that. So, but we try to limit it, or where we can spray and what we can't spray.
Who was that? Is that Doghouse?
Yeah, Doghouse. That's that. How is it with y'all? You have to watch out for pets and all that kind of stuff when you're spraying?
Not really. I mean, the only kind of spraying we do is in the beds and driveway cracks and stuff like that. But I think I'm not a guy that does fertilization or weed control or anything, but I think they're required by law to put a sign in the yard to let you know. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Ronnie, the product I use, he asked what kind of spray I use. I'll post it on here. What spray are you using? What product are you using for spray? And I get it at Rural King, and I buy the 33-gallon jug, and it's just called Weed Killer. And I don't know what the name brand is or whatever. I think it's some kind of farm something, but that's what I get because we do spray a crap ton as far as these gas places go and everything. But, it's in a commercial site, gated, closed off, and only the employees in them can go in it.
What percent glyphosate is it?
I think it's like 46 something, or
that's pretty strong there.
Yeah. Now they do make that one stuff at Tractor Supply. They used to make
Farmworks.
But not the RM43, but the other one, and it would do 52 point something.
It's 53.8.
Yeah, 53.
It's 53.8. I've got it. That's what I use, and I'm gonna tell you, you got to be careful with it because I've got to replace some knockout roses right now because it killed those things.
Really?
I'm gonna replace them at the end of September. I picked a bad time to spray them. There was some wind and some overspray got on those roses. The thing about that is you got different types of farmworks. You got some that's it's the 43% glyphosate, and then the 53.8. It's actually made to kill everything. It is a kill all substance.
Yeah.
And but it specifically targets brushy weeds and stuff like that. So they say don't get it on trees, don't get it on shrubs, bushes, or anything like that. And sure enough, I I usually keep cardboard in the truck with me, and if I'm spraying around stuff, I'll put some cardboard up to kind of block it. But I didn't have none, and I took my chances, and it came back to bit me.
Yeah, no, I get
But
it. I get it.
it's all good. A knockout rose costs what, $30, something like that.
Oh, what?
A knockout rose. I mean,
about $30.
yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
I mean, could be worse. I mean, it could be several $100, but
I got to plant 2 hydrangeas to finish up that little project we did where we broke the pots and pulled them out and planted them on the corners. She wants to go with hydrangeas beside the doors. So she said they're about $33 a piece. So I got to get them and plant them for her. But yeah, my wife just said, probably the blue ones, I guess. Maybe.
Oh, endless summer hydrangeas.
Yeah.
I got you. I planted a bunch of little limes at the end of February this year. They turned out good. Turned out real good.
Yeah. Yeah, she's right, man. My wife just commented on there. We have Roberto's spray because we've had so much rain. Man, we sprayed some in some of the flower beds, man, and we've had overspray, not overspray, just where it's came out of the beds into the grass and kind of killed the grass a little bit. You got to watch it, man.
I remember you talking about that the other day.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, you got to be careful with that glyphosate. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Now, I'm reading. My wife, she's on a tangent tonight, but she said hydrangeas depend on what pH your soil is to determine what color blooms are. So I didn't know
pink, blue. Oh yeah.
I was thinking the blue ones, and my wife's like, "Yeah, it might not be blue. They might turn out pink."
well. I mean, you might pick some up from your supplier, and they'll be blue in the pot, and you put them in the ground. Next year, they're going to be pink. Just depends on how much acid's in the soil, really.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they make a little packet of stuff that you can sprinkle around the hydrangeas. They make one called Color Me Pink and one called Color Me Blue. And that's been a thing for a long time.
She knows all about plants and everything, dude. I'm a neck down when it comes to plants. I let her do all the design work when we do flower beds and all that, and talk to the customers about that. And then I'm just a plant guy, I plant it, So we all can only be good at certain things, We limit ourselves, or I do. When I see
my granddaddy taught me a lot. He went to after the Vietnam War, he went to college and got a degree in I don't know what you call it, but he wanted to be a botanist. And he got a degree in all that mess, and he didn't apply himself. But and also when I went to right after I graduated high school, I went to work with a landscaper for that summer, and that dude taught me a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So
that's good. That's good.
Yeah. You talking about 20 years ago. Things have changed since then.
So you mean to tell me you were able to learn something? You wasn't hard-headed?
Yeah, man, I learned a new trick.
Guys, let's try to stay on topic, try to stay on focus or whatever. Mainly, I did this live talking about bidding. If anybody has any, any questions, concerns with it, I know we're in a time of year now where stuff is fixing to start. Who you got is who you got. But I've mentioned before, you can get in that third wave of people when it's hot and they don't want to be out there. You're going to probably get some phone calls, and, pick up more jobs. This is the time of year, And with all the rain, people can't get to all their yards on time, and they're looking for other lawn cares because guess what? You can't make it on time, to do theirs. You can't satisfy them,
Oh, yeah. I'm in that third wave that you're talking about right now.
So you're getting phone calls.
Oh yeah, I picked up two yesterday, picked up 2 today, and I've got 2 that I got to go look at in the morning. So it's looking pretty good. I mean, I can't complain at all.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Just time, really, just having time to do it all.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what we're talking about, time management and time. We want to grow our business or whatever, and I saw where people were mentioning that in some YouTube channels this week that, you don't want to overdo it. You know what I'm saying? That where you can you want to keep all your yards like you were talking about earlier in the year too. You want to keep all the yards you possibly can, add some more, get into a certain number that you want. That's great. Pick yourself out how many yards you want through that year. You know what I'm saying? And then if you go over that number, well, try to wean out some of them that give you a hard time. Try to wean out if you're at your number and you're still gaining 3 or 4 yards a week or 1 yard a week or, whatever, think back. Well, this lady right here, she's hard to deal with. Her yard's so hard to cut and all that. If I pick up this yard right here, it might take some stress off of me, and a lot of times that's good, man. As much stress as you can take off of your own business or whatever, the more happier you'll be. The more you feel like getting up in the morning and going and getting the jobs done. Because, I know for a fact all of us have that 1 yard that we kind of dread.
Absolutely.
1 yard or 2.
Absolutely. There's no doubt. I don't care who you are. And, Ray's been doing it since the earth was warm, and Chad too. But,
yeah,
they'll probably tell you the same thing, that they've got properties right now that they just they'd rather be drugged down the road behind a truck than go cut that people's grass.
Yep. But they pay on time. They pay good, but the yard is just crappy.
Yeah.
It don't even have to be the customer's bad. It's their property is bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's the thing too. I'm glad you touched on that because when you're growing your business, the goal is to try to retain as many customers as possible going into the next season. So you can grow, but at the same time, it's not just about picking up more customers. You want to be able to retain everybody. That way, when you do start picking up more customers, you'll have some fat to trim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because if you start losing a bunch of customers, then you're forced to keep those raggedy customers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
I get it.
That's a nightmare situation.
Welcome back in here, Jay's mowing. I feel like I'm getting that wave of calls from the dude that started and gave up or something. Every one of them is a little overgrown, that and mow down calls. Hey, that's what we're talking about, man. There's waves in this business, man. And I look at it as 3 waves. You got your ones at the beginning of the year. You got your ones, starting in the springtime and everything, maybe a little bit past it. And then you got your ones that the guys are just, they're not going to come out there no more. They're your weekend warriors or whatever. They're the ones that are dropping off yards because it was cooler. It was cooler back a couple months ago, 65, 70 degrees outside, man. Yeah, I'll go cut 8, 9, 10 yards a day. No problem. Well, now the temperature's up till 100 and they're like, bump that. I'm only going to go cut 5 today. Heck, I'm going to let them other 3 go, man. Shoot, screw that. And I don't like them anyways. I don't like them yards anyways. And so that's our next wave, and it's our duty to make sure we quote it right and make sure we're, our timing's good on it and all that, because they might have been cheap and now they're calling you and you're going to look at it. Well, you might be higher than them, and then that's when you got to start asking a little bit of questions. Well, where's he at now? Why ain't he here? And it's always, I hurt my back, which I did hurt my back after I said that. So I got to watch what I say because I can jinx myself pretty bad. And I'm not even going to say anything else. So I'm going to keep the what is it? The lies to themselves. Okay. Excuses. Dang, that's the word I was looking for. See? I can't even talk right sometimes in my live. I mentioned that in my video.
I'm gonna tell you what my middle school baseball coach used to say. He come up with this saying. It was called "Excuses are stepping stones to failure."
Yeah. Look, my wife she said, and give them properties nicknames. Oh, we got so many nicknames for our properties, dude. Oh, I mean, there's some rough ones we got called nicknames or whatever. And then Roberto's learned them as that. He'll call me back and be like, hey, are we going to go do so and such? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay. And then he don't know. I've been cutting that for like 15 years. Why it's called that? It might have the ridiculous nickname because I couldn't stand that yard. So I gave it a crazy nickname, and he just sees it at that yard. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I appreciate you doing that.
Yeah, Mason and I, we cut 4 of them today that I have a nickname for. I've got 4 properties right that are right in an intersection,
Yeah.
and you park the truck and you mow all 4 of those properties without moving. And I've always called them the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And Mason looked at me like I had 5 heads when I told him it was the 4 horsemen. I said, "We got to go cut the 4 horsemen." He looked at me like I was nuts, and he said, "Why you call it that?" And I said, "Because, dude," I said, "you feel like death when you're right there." I said, "There ain't a tree in sight, dude." I said, "There ain't a tree in sight. There ain't no
That's
shade."
a rough one. That's a rough one. Hey, some of them commercial properties that they're doing, there ain't a lot of trees there either, man. It's just cooking on them all day long.
Dude,
They did
it's
one
awful.
today. They did one today. Dude, they're cutting these big old commercial properties, man, and they're in it right now. My guys are, all of us are. Y'all all are. I'm not. I mean, we can all bash me in the comments or whatever. Like, Lee, you're lazy and sorry and don't get out much or do anything anymore. But y'all are in it, and my guys are in it. That's what I'll say. I got much respect right now, and I did it. I did it all the way up to last year. It ain't like I did it 16 straight years. It's just my 17th year. I hired guys, and I'm getting them out there doing it. But yeah, it's rough right now, dude. The heat, the rain.
Yeah, it really is.
It rains, then the heat comes in the rest of the day, and you're soaking wet, and you're getting the yards done, and the humidity's killing you. I mean, you got soak your balls or whatever, and then you're having to put in gold bonds in the night, and you're shaved, you can't walk. I get
Swamp booty.
Swamp booty. I've been there, man. It is rough, man.
You got to bust out the gold bond, man. You got to keep it in stock.
Hey, at one time, dude, I wish I'd had stock in it because I had a lot of it, especially when my kids were playing baseball, man. My oldest was playing baseball, dude. We kept it in his bag all the time, dude. We went all the way. I'll get off of the topic just for a second. But they went all the way to the World Series, man, and they lost in the first game, so they had to play up the whole series. So they ended up playing like 6 games, dude. And they get all into the World Series. And one of the players is funny as crap, man. He's a little heavier set kid or whatever, but we loved him to death, and he can hit the ball really good. And I remember he come up, and he's like, he hits the ball, and he's running the first base, and he's tiptoeing. Because he's just, and them balls are gone, dude.
Man's in pain. That boy's in pain. He said, "Mama, Coach, can we forfeit?
Can we forfeit? We want to quit." You know how coaches are back then. Heck no, we're winning this state champion or a World Series. We want the ring, baby. We want the title. Yep. And they're all,
"Oh yeah,
I can't walk." Yeah, it was rough.
It'll make a man out of you. Ain't no doubt about that.
Yeah. With the heat and rain up here, guys are quitting left and right. Exactly. The deals on Facebook Marketplace are endless. Exactly, dude. Hey, and that brings up a good topic there, Doghouse. I was looking today at another remote control lawnmower. This thing's a 36-inch wide. It's got the 22 horsepower engine on it, and it was like $6,500. 3-year warranty and parts in USA. And I'm like, man, it's not bad, man. Heichi. I think it's a Chinese brand or whatever. But
there you go with that Chinese stuff.
Look, let them hate, dude. Let them hate. This one's got a 3-year warranty on USA products. That will provide the products for me. I mean, what's wrong? And it's only like an hour away from my house, the guy that sells them, maybe an hour and a half. And I'm like, shoot, maybe it could help me out on if I gain all these properties or whatever to take it easy on my guys on them banks, man. They are wearing themselves out
yeah,
on them banks.
I know you was talking about how much they weed eat. And I was like, man, that's insane. That's crazy. Yeah. That's a lot of weed eating.
Yeah, it says, I've seen at least 5 mowers down post in our community group this week. Mowers go down, people start calling, and if you ain't got a good dealer and dealer support at this time right now, you're hurting, man. You are hurting.
Yeah.
Shirts soaked out here. Yep. So shirts are soaked out here right now for everybody. Shrek is mad that I'm in his swamp. Go ahead. What was you about to say? I'm just trying to catch us up on these comments.
No, you talking about soaking shirts, man. I got to get some seat covers for my truck, dude. That's a brand new truck, and I ain't trying to mess it up.
Is it leather seats or cloth?
No, it's not even cloth. I forgot what it's called. My buddy told me what it was. It's some
Oh
kind of
yeah.
thing, some kind of name that Chevrolet done come up with, and I don't know. I mean, if you ask me, I'm gonna tell you it's cloth, but he said no, it's not cloth.
Microfiber or something like that.
Yeah, some sort of vinyl crap. I don't know, but
Yep. What's up, Chandler Brown? Appreciate you being in here, man.
But you was talking about knowing people in the business. I tell you what else pays to know people too, man. It pays to know people in other trades too. Like
Yeah.
if you know a good handyman, like us being landscapers, if you know a good handyman, I'm gonna tell you that right there can pay dividends. And like the other day we had some busted siding and called around and got some prices. It was gonna be for 2 pieces of hardy planks, it was gonna be right at $800 to have them replaced. And my brother-in-law, that's what he does for a living. He does home maintenance, and
Yeah.
he charged me $200 to do it. So I was like, yeah. And then he's fixing to go look at a window that got busted for me. I was quoted 450 or 500, I can't remember. And he said it shouldn't be that expensive. He said I'll go look at it for you. I was like, sweet.
Yeah.
And then but that a heating and air guy, if you know somebody that does heating and air, because
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever, I don't know if you've ever done it before, Lee. But last year I cut a lead on the backside of a central heating and air unit, and it happened again this year. And I always tell people up front, damages are going to happen, but if something does happen that you notice, let me know.
Yeah.
I've got insurance.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing when you bring up that or whatever at the apartment complex we do up north. I've told them time and time again they need to put mulch in these beds or whatever, and they don't. They just let the grass grow up in them, and we have to get in there and weed eat them, which just started, after this occurred. My guys were in there weeding and everything. They hit the Freon line and busted the Freon, and it was just spraying out like crazy. I called them. They were going to try to make me pay for it or whatever. And I said, no, I've been telling y'all need to put mulch in there. We don't need a weeding inside these beds around these air conditioning units. All the wires exposed, like it's all exposed out and everything. It ain't like in a conduit and, put up nice and everything. It's all wires exposed. I said, that's not our problem. We've been telling y'all to fix that, and finally they agreed. They got it fixed and said, what can we do about it? And I said, well, we need to spray inside the flower beds. If y'all ain't going to put mulch down, heck, just let dirt grow in there. And a lot of times the leaves, we'll mulch the leaves up and push them in there, and that'll give it some kind of look or whatever. But and it's a lot of wooded area size that we're doing that to or whatever. But yeah, I get what you're saying, which my insurance would cover it and everything too. But if it's a situation that I've been addressing to them for a long time and they still ain't doing nothing about it, when we do something, hey, I got emails and all that showing, hey, fix this. It's going to become a problem. You're wanting us to weed eat inside all these beds and everything, and we shouldn't be in there weed eating them. They're beds, they should be fixed up with mulch and all that. They're brick borders, and they never. And that's what I'm talking about. With some of these properties we do, they're government-based, low income. They're trying to save every dollar they possibly can and not, That's why a lot of these low income places look like crap, and they have the people that they have move into them, but.
Yeah, I picked up a customer. I picked up a customer about a month ago, and the yard hadn't been maintained in like 6 years. And yeah, it was bad. And there was just a bunch of like saplings growing up around her AC unit. And I took my Milwaukee pruners and went through there and cut them with those saplings, because you ain't cutting that stuff with a weed eater. And but there was so much weeds growing up around it that I couldn't see the wires and the Freon lines. I couldn't see none of that. Well, when I cut one of those saplings, I accidentally cut a ground wire too. And the heating and air company charged her $460 to come out and repair a ground wire. I told her, I said, you got taken advantage of. I said, next time something happens, call me. I
Yeah.
said,
Hey Chandler, if you're in here, man, won't you go ahead and pop on here if you want to, since you're in the comments. Chandler, guys, is one of my local competitors. So I got one of my local competitors in here right now, but he's a super great dude, super good guy, man. And but yeah, I got it posted at the top. I can repost it if you want to hop in here and talk with us for a minute. And yeah, let everybody know what you do and all that. It would be pretty cool. So, but he said, "Where are you at, my friend?" He knows where I'm at, and it's just weed beds, not fire beds, without borders. Laugh out loud. He said, "I got to take a shower." Oh, never mind, man. He's too cool to be on here. But I tell you what, man, he's got a beard like yours, Tank, and oh my God, I tell everybody he's got the nicest beard I ever saw. You know, because he fixes it up. It's pretty good. I can't grow one like y'all, you know, not at all.
you ought to see mine in the wintertime. It'll get about 7 or 8 inches long.
Yeah, he'll get. I saw his down to here, and it's just straight down. I mean, I've saw it really long, and I'm like, good night.
I got to be careful though when I grow my beard out, man. My wife, she gets upset because the ladies, they start looking at me a little harder whenever I grow my beard out.
Yeah.
I, I'm just kidding. Mama Tank's sitting right across the living room from me. She she gave me that eye, and she was like, "Boy, I'll come over and slap the hell out of you."
She don't like you having a beard, or she don't like you having it long.
Nah, she don't care. She just don't want me to be barefaced.
Oh, Brittany can't stand a beard. She thinks they're all ugly or whatever, and she gets mad when I try to, because she shaved my head, you know. So I got my head cut, and she's like, "You want me to trim up your beard?" And I'm like, "No, it's not even that long right now. It's fine." She goes, "You're trying to grow it out, ain't you?" I was like, "No, no, no, it just ain't long right now." And she's like, "You're trying to grow it out." I was like, "It won't grow out. I can't grow a big beard. I want to so bad. I
Tell
would be the
Brittany,
mountain man if I could grow it."
yeah, tell Brittany she better quit talking jive.
Oh me.
But nah,
Jay Myers texting me about every other night or whatever, giving me the weather or whatever. But I guess he don't realize I'm on live. He could come in here and tell us what the weather's like right now or whatever. So,
did y'all get some rain today?
no rain today. We ain't had rain in 2 days, thank goodness, because it's rained 7 days since I did my last Sundays. 2 Sundays, and then all the way up to Sunday night, it rained every day. Heavy rain.
It rained here about 5:30. It rained for probably about 15 minutes, but it was a heavy rain while it rained, and wasn't enough to amount to anything. But it did feel good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But
Well, let me tell y'all what's going on that I didn't know if I was going to make the live tonight or whatever. So Roberto called me and said, "Hey Lee, truck's acting funny." I said, "Well, what's it doing or whatever?" He said, "Well, I can't put it in drive. I can only drive it in second gear." So I think my transmission's going out on the landscaping truck. So it's not the news you want to hear right now. Well, I mean, we got the box truck, but I've been kind of switching them back and forth, you know, let them run one for a week or so and then run the other one. It's kind of good to keep it going, not just sitting. And yeah, he told me on the way home tonight. He's like, it won't go in the drive, but it'll go in second gear, and I'm going to try to make it home. That ain't something that anybody else would be laughing about or whatever, you know. But I've already put a transmission in that truck, and it was so hard to find a transmission for a what is that thing called? ND Nissan
the Suzu
ND
NPR.
2400. It ain't the Zuzu NPR. It's a Nissan UD 1400 is what it is.
I ain't never heard of those.
He'll grind it until he finds it. You're right, Chandler. So, Chandler, I might need to be needing to borrow your truck next week.
That's what I did, Chandler, when I was learning how to drive a truck. I just ground them until I found them.
Yeah. Yep. I thought he was taking a shower anyways. He just don't want to get on here and talk. He don't want to get on the live and talk. I think that's what it is.
I'd like to see Jay's mowing get on here. If he wants to hop on, I'll hop off.
I told him Sunday night to hop on here or whatever, you know. Hey, I'm fine with it if you want to hop on. You can be on here with us. All three of us can be on here. I can have up to 6 people on live. So, you know, we can have a couple people. I think we had 5 at one time before.
And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful or anything like that. I've watched a few of his videos, and some of the stuff I just kind of I don't know about that, Jay. And I'm not in all that controversy or nothing like that, so I never did comment. And but I am curious to know how his mind works. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And you never know. You never know. I mean, the guy hadn't been doing it that long, but he may be some sort of evil genius, man. He may know something we don't.
Exactly, and that's what I told him. We're all on here to debate. You know, that's what America's so great about. You know, that we can all, you know, find a topic and discuss amongst each other, and that's why they call it debating and everything. You know, and you know, he might debate me under the water or whatever. You know, and that's fine. You know, I don't care. You know, I know what works for me in my business. And I see a lot of other people that pretty much do the same thing like I've been doing for 17 years. And so it's worked out, you know?
Yeah. And that's the thing. You've got to find something that works for you. Cause, you might watch somebody on YouTube and he's doing one thing just because it's working for him. He might be on the opposite end of the country of where you are, and it ain't going to work for you, man. That's a completely different market.
Exactly. I'm posting it in again, guys. It's the next comment. Anybody wants to jump on here, they're more than welcome to talk about your business. Heck, talk about life. I don't care. You know. Well, I'm gonna be on here another 30 minutes, and then we're gonna call it. I'm not gonna run these lives as long as we do on Sunday nights or whatever. You know, I'm only gonna do about an hour and a half. So
yeah,
anybody's welcome to get on here and talk. So.
Yeah, I had to hop off fairly early Sunday night, man. I was dog tired. My mom, she lives over in South Carolina, which ain't but about 30 minutes from me. And she sold her house, and me and my 2 boys, we had to go over there and help her move some furniture. And we got to do the same thing that's coming up Sunday. And, man, I was just beat.
Ain't nothing worse than moving, man. I can't stand it. I told my wife, we're here for the long haul because if we ever move from this place, oh, my God. It'd be rough. We got so much stuff, man.
Yeah, you don't realize what you have until you get ready to move.
Yeah. Let's say I got 2 shops. One of them's pretty full. The other one's getting there. I got the basement, the other side of the basement here, slap full. The house is full. I mean, I can only imagine. You know, when we first, well, it's later on. Oh, I lost you there for a second, Tank. You must have hopped off. But when we lived in Pensacola and we drove home, it was a 26-foot U-Haul that we got home in. There's no way possible that I can put all this stuff that I live at now in a 26-foot U-Haul. There's no way. Huh? Yeah, I'm back. You're back on.
Yeah, sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. I was trying to hit the button so I could see the chat, and I hit the wrong one.
Yeah, but that's why I say it. When we left Pensacola to move up here or whatever, because you know they sent me out of town for a while, and we moved down there and everything. We came home in a 26-foot U-Haul truck and started our life. There's no way I'm putting all the stuff that I got here at my property now in a 26-foot U-Haul truck. It would take several of them.
Talking about bidding, I know that's what you said you made this live for.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you do when you if you realize after the fact that you've done underpriced something, do you honor that price for the remainder of the season, or do you just tell the customer like, hey man, I screwed up?
No, I honor it. I have to, you know.
I do too.
It helps with the word of mouth and everything, you know. But I will let them know next year probably be different if they want to keep me on or whatever, you know. I'll try to tell them that because I got one now that I did this year. I've been doing it 17 years, guys, and I got a property now that, you know, they give me a lot of work. They give me a lot of work throughout the year. I do a lot of like, you know, mulch, trimming bushes. I never really did their yard until this year. I picked up their grass cutting yard. But they're the ones, I'll tell y'all, they're the ones that I did the big flower beds for, the 2 big flower beds that I built this year. They're the ones that allow me to do that. Well, I picked up their yard, and they got a small property, which I thought was small, right beside it, connected to it. And I gave them a price, and now I'm regretting giving them that price because I am eating it. every we did move them to weekly, which helped out a little bit because that yard was thick, man. I told them this year. Now I will do that if the yard gets where it's super thick or whatever. I'll try to suggest to the customer, hey, we need to come once a week, or you're going to have bunches in your yard. Because my guys, they try to make one pass, and that's about it. One pass. We keep our blades sharpened enough. There's no string sticking up or anything. But if it lumps up and all that, hey, that's you. You're a bi-weekly customer, and right now it's growing like crazy. So I did do that. I did move them to weekly, but when they go back to bi-weekly, and it helps a little bit, but, man, it's a big property. And I did it cheap.
Yeah.
I did it cheap, Tank.
Yeah, I'm like you. I honor it for the year, but just as soon as January 1st rolls around, I try to hit them that first week of January, let them know, like, hey, price is going up. It's going to be this. And that way it helps me and them. That way at least they have time to find someone else if they don't like the price. So,
yeah. My wife's like, it's actually 2.5 yards, not just 1 yard that we're cutting. For the price that you would cut 1 yard for, guys. Right. And, with a house on it, driveway and all that, this is a complete property that has nothing on it. It's just as big and a little piece. And I'm doing it what you do one property for. So, yeah, I'm eating it.
Yeah.
But
I've
honor
got one.
them. They'll think more about you if you honor it. And then next year tell them, like, look, I come to realize, dude, I wasn't making no money in this property, barely scratching by, clearing anything. Only thing that's helping me is I priced the yard right across the road from them, decent, really good. And it helps me that they're doing both of them at the same time, and I'm making a little bit off of one property,
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, they gave me work throughout the year, really good work, that it's kind of, you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. I had one early this summer, this is actually the second year that I had him, and I dropped him about a month and a half ago for other reasons, but it was a 4-acre property, and I was only making $110.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel with mine right now.
Yeah, it was bad. It was taking me 2.5 hours every time I mowed it, and I'm telling you, it'll make you want to lay down on the railroad tracks.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, it takes my guys an hour and 30 minutes, and they're only making $80 on it.
with 2 guys?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Tank, I told you, man, but I'm honoring it. All right, work with me here, okay? I'm 17 years in, and I'm a big dummy. All right, we all make mistakes.
Hey, look, man, I'm convinced. I'm convinced you could have 30 years of experience, and you're still gonna underquote something, underbid
You're still
something.
gonna screw up a little bit. You're still gonna screw up, man, and that's what this channel's all about, and that's what I'm all about with this live. That, hey, man, we can all learn from somebody on here. Everybody can learn something from somebody. So, Doghouse said, I honor it as well. I just pick up 3 weeks ago, and I've done 3 times, and I realized I underbid. Looking at a bigger mower and maybe help efficiency there on the few others. So he's looking at possibly going to try to get a bigger mower and try to make up for some of the efficiency that he needs to win back with that customer. And it would help him in all his yards. He probably ain't just saying just them yards right there. It's going to help him out in every yard that he has if he graduates up into a bigger deck size mower,
Yeah, and it's not just the mower either that'll help you out with speed, man. There's a lot of things you can do to help with efficiency. I see it a lot. Sometimes you ain't got no choice but to go around the hardscapes like your driveways and sidewalks and flat top everything. 9 times out of 10, you don't have to do that.
No.
But I mean, there is yards that you really ain't got no choice. You got to do it. But if you can get away from that, man, that'll save you a ton of time right there. It's also going to save you on mixed fuel. And
I tell you what we do too is we hard edge, and then the next time we cut, we don't edge, and then we hard edge, and then we don't edge. There's still a fine line in there. We don't edge every single time we go to cut a property.
Yeah,
it still looks good.
They make a growth regulator too called Edgeless.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever used it or not. I've never used it, but a buddy of mine uses it. He buys one of those mosquito. He's got like a fogger, like a mosquito fogger, and he pours it in that, and he'll go through there and he sprays all his bushes. He'll spray the edges on everything.
Yeah, there's a guy in Mississippi that has like 15 crews, dude. Like the box trucks, like I got, it's all lettered up. He used to be in our lawn life thing on Facebook post. We used to have they had a big community on Facebook, and he was on there all the time. And his name's Michael Kimball. Check him out on Facebook. Guy's got it going on. But he would, like you're talking about, use that growth regulator for all his bushes on his apartment complexes. And he said, Lee, I only have to trim them once a year. Instead of having to do them 3 times a year, I'm only doing them once a year. So you imagine how much time he's saving.
Yeah.
Just with the product from taking away 2 cuttings.
And it's actually going to make you money too, because, a lot of times you can build it into your price and make the customer like, yeah, I'll stay on top of your bushes, throw another however much, 10, 15, 20 bucks, throw another 20 bucks per service in there. I'll stay on top of your bushes too. Well, little do they know you're hitting that thing with a growth regulator, and it's kind of dirty, but at the same time, it's saving you time.
They say it makes the plants grow healthier and everything too, because that's what he was talking about. He said what he would do is he'd trim them. He would trim them, wait 2 or 3 days or whatever, and go in and spray them, And he said you don't want to do it the same day that you trim them, but give them a day or 2, maybe 3 days, or maybe the next week you go back out to the property and spray them down. And then he said they grow fuller, and they don't just, they don't sprick out and all that kind of much. They end up, they look healthier plants is what he was saying.
Yeah. I know I've got one customer. He pays me a good bit of money. It's a very small yard, but he's got a ton of shrubs, and I think he's fertilizing these shrubs, man, because they need to be trimmed every single time I come out. And I'm charging him accordingly. I don't mind doing it because he's paying me for it. But the other day, trying to get caught up from all the rain, I told him, I said, I'm taking some off of your price, and I'm not trimming the shrubs today. I said, I just simply don't have time. I've got to get caught up. Dude, he got livid. He got mad. Have you ever had a customer do that? Like just wasn't going to understand?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, come on, man.
What are you going to do, man?
I told him, I said, dude, I've been servicing your property for 3 years now. And I said, you've never had an issue out of me. And now you want to act like this because I can't help the rain, man. I've got to get caught up.
Yeah.
You can't, and that's the truth. I mean, it's like I was telling Buster, you can't let one customer hold you back. I mean, you love all your customers, but at the same time, you can't let one hold you back.
Yeah. What's up, Jeff? Appreciate you being in here, man. Appreciate you being in the live tonight, Tuesday Night Live. Black Smoke said, hey, man, you can come down here and cut 500 acres and mow it to your heart's falls out, laugh out loud. He said, come on, you can put some growth regulator on his 500-acre farmland. Up and down hills, man. He does not mind at all. We had a guy come on the live, and he called me this week because I've talked to him before. He was retiring from Huntsville, and he's going to get into the lawn care game. Dude, we talked for like 45 minutes the other day. He's super excited, man. He's like, we need to sit down and I'll buy your lunch or dinner, and we can talk about it. And, he's just been in, working for somebody for so long, and he's only 52 years old, and he's got like, I think like 2 months left or something, and he's done, and he's going to get his retirement pension and all that. Well, now he wants to start picking up some yards. He only lives like 35 minutes from me, 30 minutes from me. And he's super excited. Been watching my channel. He watches Ray. He watches you. He watches a lot of us. And he's like, yeah, I'm thinking about demoing one of them John Deere's like you got, because I can go to Tri Green too. there's one up here about 30 minutes away in Coleman. He said, I can go there. I said, better yet, man, you're right here by me, man. Why don't you just come over to the house and you can demo mine? And he goes, really? I was like, I'll let you cut my whole yard. He started laughing. I was like, I'll let you mow my whole yard, man, if you want to,
Yeah.
Till you get used to riding it and everything, run my whole yard,
That's funny.
What's up, Taylor? Appreciate you checking in, man. Appreciate you being a supporter of the channel and live.
That guy's name was Stacy, right?
Yeah, Stacy. Yeah, Commando or something like that is his name. Yeah, or whatever. Commander or something like that.
So is he wanting to start like an established business, like grow it into something, or is he just wanting to supplement his retirement, or what?
No, he's wanting to start a complete business. He's looking at getting a 3,500 truck. He's going to get a big dump trailer because he thinks there's a market in that. And I told him there could possibly be, to rent them out and everything. And he's going to buy an enclosed trailer, and he wants me to talk to him about what kind of equipment to do. And he might get the equipment defenders. And but where he's going to be cutting, his dad lives in Coleman, and Coleman is big, man. It ain't like my area, rural. It's like Birmingham, Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama. It's big. They got lots and lots of subdivisions. Coleman's growing. It's big. And he's like, my dad lives in Coleman, and I go and cut his yard, and then there's several subdivisions around me. I'm like, dude, you'll do better than I am. In a couple of years, man, you just pick up yards. I said, it won't be long. You'll be wanting a helper. But right now, he just wants to start, kind of like Chase is, CR Lawns, maybe because he's already retired, he's going to draw money from that anyways. And, picking him up like, 15, 20 yards, do 10 a week,
Mainly just to see if he likes it.
Yeah. It's really fun and cool looking on TV and YouTube and all that. But once you get out here and get in the thick of it, you think a little harder about what commitment you made in life.
Yeah, man. When you look at that weather app on Sunday night and you realize it's supposed to be 99 degrees, and then you look at your list and you're like, man, I've got 15 properties. I ain't got no help. It's gonna be hot. That's a different animal. That's a different animal.
It definitely is, man. It definitely is. Yeah, Jeff, we do need more people in the John Deere club, man. That's exactly what we need. We need to keep that John Deere running smooth, man. All these Skag people and walkers.
So you're saying walkers plural. I've got one walker. One walker. I've got two right standards. That's where it's at, a right standard. Y'all need to get y'all some yellow and black paint, man.
Yeah. Feel amazing outside after this cool cold front came through. That must be nice. You're getting a cold front wherever you're at. That's really good. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, John Deere are cool new lines I call broke deers.
Yeah,
after that pocketbook.
The mowers are about like trucks, Fords and Chevys. Everybody's got their favorite, and everybody's gonna talk trash.
Yeah.
I will say though, there's only one right choice to make.
Right.
See what I did there?
Yeah. Wrights, John Deere stole their idea pretty much on the right.
Well, everybody did.
Yeah, I guess everybody did. Yeah.
I mean, according to what I understand, I mean, I don't know. I'm not.
What, that started them first or what?
Yeah, from what I understand. Yeah, from what I understand, that's the original standards are right.
No, Great Dane.
It's not Great Dane.
Great Dane. Look them up. That was the baddest mower I ever had, dude. And it was old. I mean, it was really old, but it was old. Man, it only had like a 13 horsepower engine on it, and it runs faster than my mowers do now. The pumps on that thing was no, it had 3 blades. It was a 52 inch, but the pumps on that thing was way overgrown for that little puppy. It would sling you off of it, man. That thing would haul, dude. But Great Dane had a standard back in the day, man. It was awesome.
I ain't never heard of a Great Dane mower, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Let's see. Now Jeff did say I do have an X Smart walk behind. Oh yeah, you got to make Chad and Ray happy with the brands.
I meant to ask you about that too. You was talking about those hills that they have to weed eat, and you were looking into a robot mower. Have you ever thought about is it too steep for a walk behind?
Oh yeah. Well, it's just not safe, I wouldn't think, man. The way it has a drop off on the bottom side, about 3 or 4 foot drop offs, man, I just don't feel safe with somebody being up there on a mower or something and they don't let go or don't jump off and they slide down with it and it rolls over on top of them. I just don't feel safe with that, you know.
No bueno.
That's why with a weed eater, they can slide on their butts all the way down or baseball slide down and hopefully they're okay. I've slipped and busted my butt several times on them banks weed eating, so I know what it's like. It's steep.
Yeah.
But that's why I have to cut that's why I have to cut with a remote control lawnmower sideways. If you try to go straight up and down, the remote control lawnmower will try to tip over. Yeah. So you got to go side to side, you know, with it. And it'll hold a pretty good hill. The one I got that was a Chinese one that I have down there that's broke. I mean, it would cut up to about probably a 55-degree slope. I mean, it's crazy what kind of ground penetration they can hold on to or whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty good there. I know the highway boys out there that do the main road out there on the outside of my neighborhood. They've got a robotic mower. That thing's pretty neat. Yeah. There'll be a guy on the sidewalk down there. You can see him looking down in the ditch. And you can't see the top of that mower. It's so deep down in there. But he'll be up there with a remote control, just letting it do its thing.
Yeah, Steve Johnson, 593. Look, he's giving us a little bit of history, man. Great Dane was founded by Dane Skagg. Interesting enough, John Deere ended up buying out Great Dane. So John Deere bought out Great Dane. So, wow, I didn't even know that. That's I appreciate you bringing that into the comments and everything, Steve, or Steven, but probably call you Steve.
Yeah, right standard's still the best.
We just don't have no. I don't have no dealers around me, man. The closest one to me is an hour and 20 minutes away. You know?
I feel the same way about Skagg. I really want to try out a Skagg, but we don't have a dealership around here, and it sucks because for one, I'm hearing good things about Skaggs, and for two, they're a beautiful mower. Oh
man, I love the color scheme. I like the blackout ones. I like it where there's a lot of black and a little bit of orange. I like them, man. I wish John Deere would come up with something like that. You know, kind of black one out or whatever, with a little bit of green and yellow inserts on it and everything. That would be sweet.
Yeah, I know Chad, his Skagg dealership and X-Mark and all that. That's Ace Hardware. We've got an Ace Hardware literally right down the street from me, but they don't. Do they sell?
They don't
sell anything like that.
They don't sell steel weed eaters or nothing like that. Mine will do that. Oh, okay, yeah. Mine will sell steel and everything, but they don't have mowers or people in the back working on them or nothing like that. I mean, for him to call that a dealership and they're good to him and everything, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
It is. And they also buy firewood from him too. I know the other day in a video he put out, he said he's not doing firewood no more.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy, that Ace in that area is that built up and everything. Heck, on our way home from Mississippi, man, a grocery store was selling errands.
I saw that. Now, our Ace Hardware right here, it focuses, of course it's a hardware store, but it focuses on hunting and shooting sports. They don't even sell fishing poles or anything like that, but they sell Benelli shotguns, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, duck baiters, all that good stuff.
Jeff said, actually, I think Wright was in with John Deere at one time, like they were together or something at one time.
Yeah, I have no clue.
I like those pink Skaggs. Having two girls, that might be what I need to get. Yeah, grow them up and put them on a mower, man. Just because they're a girl, they can get out there and handle it. Shoot.
Be like grow it remote and get you a lime green mower.
Yeah. He's just
doesn't.
He used to run John Deere's, a lot of John Deere's, but they stopped making the 52-inch, and that's what he likes. And I like the 52-inch too, but the 54-inch is still good, and I can still get on some of my properties because I messaged him before about that, and he's like, if they ain't got a 52, I don't want it. And I'm like, I get it. It's only 2 inches, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get. That's what I'm trying to get into. I've got a 36 and a 61, and I'm trying to, once these bigger properties, once they fall off, I'm gonna trade that 61 in for a 52 because they have interchangeable blades. Yeah. And I'd like to have a 36 and a 52, and then I'd like to have if I do start picking up bigger properties again, maybe pick up a 42 and a 61.
Yeah.
Because all those mowers, 42 and a 61 is interchangeable with each other, but 36 and 52 is interchangeable. Yeah.
I had a guy comment on one of my videos that I did a long time ago last week and say, I don't get it. Why y'all get the same mowers with different deck size? Seems like it'd be a lot of interchangeable stuff or whatever. And I'm like, well, the only thing with mine is the blades. The blades are, not interchangeable, but it's got the same engine, got all that is the same. It's just the blades are different,
Yeah, same oil filters, all that good stuff. Which my air filters are different.
Same engine, yeah. It's the exact same engine on both mowers. So
yeah, mine doesn't.
But I agree with mow it, man. I did like the I did like the 52-inch, man. I really did. I mean, I really liked it. Now I like the newer style, but I don't know who's trying to call me. Oh, Roberto. We'll talk to him later. He's probably saying, "You get your truck fixed." Yeah, it's dark outside. I fixed it. No.
Yeah.
Luckily, we have a spare truck in the business. They can just go back to run the box truck for a minute, and then.
Oh yeah.
So I figure out what I'm going to do with the old landscaping truck.
Oh yeah.
I thought about if I can't get it fixed, I thought about buying another one of them. Y'all know, in the beginning of the year, I put that bed on that, that E450. I wouldn't mind being opposed to, because I mean they're selling them left and right for about $5,000. And with 100,000 miles, I wouldn't mind buying another E450 and sticking the landscaping bed on one of them. Just, attach in on it.
So are you still picking up cleanups and stuff like that, or are you just focusing on regular maintenance?
Regular maintenance. Yeah, we don't really try to do a whole lot of cleanups anymore. I've had people call me this week too and say, "Hey, can you come cut my yard only one time? The grass is growing like crazy. My husband's working so much and all that." And I'm like, "No, we ain't doing that. We we don't do one-time cuts or nothing anymore. We drop them off."
Yeah, I do them, but I have a cutoff point. Once it gets to a certain time of year, the busiest part of the season, I quit doing it, and then later on when it gets like say the end of September, somebody will call me. I'll pick them up then when things start slowing down a little bit, because you never know, if you do a one-time cut, that might wind up being a permanent customer for you. But at the same time, man, it just gets to a point in the summer where it's like, man, it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. No,
and
I don't even try to take them on. I don't try to do a whole lot of cleanups anymore. Our business is pretty established with what we have, and that's why I like the commercial side. And see you later, Jeff. Appreciate you coming in here, man. We're about to get off here in a minute or whatever, but
see you,
I just wanted to come on for a little while tonight and talk to people. Dang, I'm blinding myself. I'm lying under here on my foot.
You been drinking?
Used it. Yeah, a little bit. No.
Like an interrogation light.
I know. It's like. But yeah, our business is established the way it is. With the commercial helps out where we don't have to, a lot of times pick and choose. I'm still in that phase of picking and choosing what yards I want and everything, because I've made it. I've told y'all before in the past, and the people that's on here that don't know it or whatever, I went 10 years before I went full time, and I picked and choose my jobs up to that point. And when I finally went full time, I got very, very good quality jobs and everything, and that helped out a lot doing that. Now I did work 7 days a week for a long time, but to put it where I'm at nowadays or whatever, I mean, I'm glad my body and everything was able to withstand it.
Have you ever had a company call you and want you to measure the grass with a tape measure and send pictures and all that good stuff too?
They call that property visitation, property. I saw them before on like online and stuff or whatever, but I have people call me and they do like the clean outs and everything. Then they want you to cut the property. If you want to do the grass cutting, you take a picture of how tall it is, take a picture after it's done. You got to take a picture of the front door. You got to take a picture of each angle of the yard. I mean, you got to take my wife just put it down there or whatever. But it's like 15 pictures, and heck no, man. I've had them call me and everything, man, but I never wanted to get into anything like that, man. That's just too much work. You know?
Yeah, I had a guy call me today. He sent me an address, and I didn't know.
Scams.
Yeah, I didn't realize it. And the house is literally the next neighborhood over. And I said, well, I'll go by there first thing in the morning, take a look at it. And he said, sounds good. I need you to take a picture of the home address, the street sign. I need you to give me a before and after pictures of the grass. And I also need you to take before and after pictures of a tape measure in the grass. I saw that. I just replied back. I said, dude, you need to find somebody else. I'm not jumping through those kind of hoops to chase money.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, you did right. I wouldn't take on nothing like that. That's bull crap. Now, the guy that was in here earlier, my neighbor, that cuts properties and everything too, and they got a pretty good sized business too, man. Chandler, he called me about 2 weeks ago and was asking me that. He said, man, I got this property, man. I'm having to take like 10 or 12 pictures on it and everything. And it's a commercial property. And he's having to take 10 or 12 pictures on it and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, dude, are you crazy? You've been in business for a pretty good while. Why in the world would you be taking on work like that?
Was it an app that he had to install on his phone to use to take pictures and all that?
I think so. I think it is or something. I'm like,
the dentist office had that. The dentist office that I had.
They had it. I think his was the same way. It was the dentist office or some doctor's office or something. He's having to do it. And I'm like, ain't no way, dude.
The app was called Yeti, the one that I had. And you had to put the ground temperature, which they told me that the ground temperature is not required, but it had the temperature set. It went off of what your phone said. But you had to put the ground conditions like wet, snowy, dry, whatever. And then you had to put the time that you arrived, the time that you left. And that thing, it actually had a GPS tracker on it. So you couldn't go in, sign in, and then leave because it knew you wasn't there. And I'm like, man, this is overreach here, man. And but yeah, I had to give them. I think it was 8 before pictures and 8 after pictures, and I'm like, this is nuts.
Yeah, Jay's Moen said, laugh out loud. That'd be a nope. Or the price would be crazy ridiculous. But Jay, my wife put in the comments up above you right there. Yeah, they only wanted to pay $35, maybe $40, to do all that and to take the pictures. And guess what? They still wanted you to send some. They'll probably try to, make you send in like a W-2 form and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, heck no, man. Ain't no way I'm touching stuff like that.
Anytime I bid on a commercial job, I have to. I have to give them a W-9.
But these were calling me for abandoned homes.
Oh no!
Go and doing cleanups and everything like that. I'm like, heck no. And they'd be overgrown. They'd pay you a little bit more if it was overgrown, but it would be like $5 more if it's like a certain inches. If it's like, say the grass is normally at like 6 inches, then that's their rate. But if it's 12 inches, we're going to have $5 to it. Or, it'd be a ridiculous number like $5.25 or $5.35 to cut it at that height.
Tell them they better call Chuck in the truck.
Exactly. That's who they were calling because they wasn't calling me no more.
But yeah, I mean, I saw that and I'm like, man, you got to be kidding me. This dude right here is on some serious mind altering drugs if he thinks I'm doing all this.
Yeah. Now that was $35, like probably, that was probably, I don't get them calls anymore, but that was probably 10 years ago. But still, taking all them pictures and all that kind of crap or whatever, I ain't doing that. I wasn't doing it then. I sure ain't going to do it now, but.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you this too, Jay. I saw where you commented talking about the price may be outrageous. You better be careful doing that too, because what you gonna do if they accept that price? Then you locked in, dog.
Yeah, but here's the thing. What if it's a scam and they don't even pay you? You already gave them evidence of the bank paying them, because that's what it is. The bank pays them to get the properties cleaned up and get it cut and all that. Well, you done sent them all your information, and what if they don't pay you? You done cut that overgrown yard, did all the work and everything, and then they don't pay you. Oh, my wife will remember this. I did do one of them one time. I don't know if it was for them or something. It was something similar to it, and I had to go down there, and I only took one picture because the guy's like, I really need you to go down this property, and it's like 20 minutes from my house. I really need you to go down there and take a picture. You only got to take one picture, just verify that you were there and everything. And but I got it to $200. I said, no, you're going to pay me $200, and they're like, well. I said, better yet, you pay me $100. I leave my house and go and do it. You pay me the other $100 right when I'm done, and I'll send you the pictures. And that's how I got it. And I got the $200 from whatever. But I remember that. I'm sure she remembers that too. I did do that one time. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I only took one picture. It wasn't no 15 pictures or nothing like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. But no, going back to those FU prices, man, you got to be careful doing that, because I've done that before too. Give somebody an outrageous price, be like, man, I ain't got time for it. I don't want to fool with it. I'm gonna give them a price, and they just ain't even gonna respond to me. You give them a price like $1,000 for 30 minutes worth of work, and they're like, great, when can you do it? And I'm like, crap.
Yeah, my wife's like, well, y'all can do it, and if they don't pay you, you can do them free videos, the free cuts online where you can make all that money, Well, here I am. I'm going to clean this overgrown property up and everything and make it look good for YouTube,
Man, this ain't SB mowing.
I'm going to be like SB mowing. I'm going to get paid some way,
this ain't FB mowing. We ain't out here trying to work. Getting YouTube rich, man. Hey, I'm trying to get TikTok rich, man. My son done created a doggone TikTok for me.
Man, y'all are tearing it up, ain't you? I gotta follow you over there, because I got a little TikTok thing too, but I don't have that many followings. I mean, I think I can't remember how many I got or whatever.
I'm having a good time with it. I don't think my son's having fun with it no more, because I get him to do clips all the time. I'm like, hey, boy, get your camera out.
Yeah, I just I don't even post videos much anymore, man, because it's like I'm not going to be these ones that just sit there and, I do like to show a little bit of action, but, it's to a point now where, I don't go out anymore, and everybody might think that I'm just flexing or bragging or anything. And I don't want people to think that, because I've grown my business. I want everybody to be at this position, where they have people running their equipment, running their business and making money, Well,
you're showing people what they can do and what they can get to if they just set their mind to it and actually try. Because truth be told, I mean, to hear you talk, you say it's not very populated where you are. Yeah. And a guy like me that lives in a pretty populated area, it took you, 17, 18 years to get to that point. It might not take me that long, because there is a huge clientele base where I'm at.
Yeah.
And these doctors and lawyers around here, man, they got money. Yeah. I'm trying to get some of it. You know what I mean?
Don't blame you. Get it. Get it. I've been getting it. It just took me a little bit longer. And, it was a slow go. But, it can happen for anybody, It's just how long are you willing to sacrifice and do it for, Yeah. To get to that point,
It's like anything else, man. Anything that's worth it is going to take some time, and it's going to be tough in the beginning. And it's like Chad was talking about the other day in one of his videos. The first 4 or 5 years, you may have to do stuff that you don't want to do. But sooner or later, you're going to have that breakthrough, and you can, like we were talking about earlier, you can trim the fat, and you can get rid of that kind of stuff, and not kind of like what you do. You don't accept cleanups and things like that no more. And like me, I'm still in growth mode. I'm trying to get to a point where
5 years in, you got to be killing it. You got to get all you can get.
That's exactly right. And I mean, don't get me wrong. There is some stuff I turn down, and I'm like, man, I ain't dealing with this. But But at the same time, I'm limited on what I do turn down because I'm trying to get to a certain point. But at the same time, I'm at a point right now, an in between stage where I'm kind of limited on what I can and can't take on. But if it's something that I can't do on a weekend, I just ain't gonna do it, man, because I'm busy throughout the week with maintenance.
Yeah.
Until the fall or winter rolls around.
And that's like us, man. We're super busy, man. All this year, my guys are getting 12, 14 hours a day. You know, I mean, we don't have time for anything else, you know? I mean, we got what we got, and I'm trying to pick up on it. I mean, I've been picking up yards still, and they're still getting them done, but there's got to be a time where do I jump off and do this other second truck, you know, do this other second thing? But hey, I've been liking it just relaxing at the house and going and piddling in the yard or piddling at the shop and making money, you know?
I'm going to tell you, it wouldn't do for me to be in your position.
Money's not everything, though. You know, money's not everything. I got freedom, you know? To me, that's super important. A peace of mind, freedom to go and do what I want to, you know, with my family, you know, take a vacation. The jobs are getting done. I can leave for a month. And I just send Roberto money and send David money and send money for the fuel and everything, and the stuff will get done, you know?
Yeah, I can tell you right now, if I was in your position, I'd be the biggest, fattest joker you ever saw because I'm the guy that'll get lazy in a heartbeat.
It's getting there.
I'm just being honest.
I got to chill out. But like I'm saying, guys, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not flexing. I'm not that type of guy. I'm not that type of guy. I'm here to look out for everybody, help everybody to get to a situation like we are in, you know? So don't want to come across arrogant, don't want to come across disrespectful to somebody, you know? I'm just telling you, if you put the time in, the effort, you'll get there. And I'm a proven factor of it, you know? So.
And some people just don't want to get out of the field either. I mean, like Buster.
We said it before. Some people don't want to get out of the field because they like it. It keeps them young, you know. It keeps them working, keeps them young. I always heard if you stop working, your body breaks down, you know, it's over, you know. And I don't want to get to that way either, you know. I mean, I still piddle around outside. I got to do some welding. I'm going to make a video. I got to do some welding on that box truck gate. Hell, y'all might be seeing me tear a transmission out and rebuilding it. That's going to be funny if I can do it. I don't know. My wife thinks I can do everything. You know, as I put my mind to it, she's like, you got it. You got this. You can do it. Yeah, and that sucker will be in a million pieces, and I'll be trying to put back together. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is a lot of people are scared to let that other guy take control. You know, if I was like, and I'll say their names, they respect me, I respect them. If I was Ray and Chad, you know, Chad, I would already built them guys up enough to let them go out like I'm doing, you know. But he's like you said, he wants to be in the field working, you know. But a lot of it too is he can't push back them reins and let them go. You know what I'm saying? It's a trust factor out here too. You're letting them run $30,000 worth of equipment. My guys are running 40-something, $50-something thousand equipment. They're leaving the house to take out and cut grass and come back home. You know, I'm giving them that trust.
I mean, I get it, man. I mean, you've done spent 20 years building a $500,000 or $1 million empire. You don't want to just let some guy, some crackhead that you didn't realize was a crackhead come in here and destroy everything overnight.
Yeah.
So I understand that. I get it.
It's good having good employees that you had for a while, then give them the trust. Like Roberto. Roberto's been with me 4.5, 5 years. You know what I'm saying? He's been with me a while, you know. Shows up every day, works hard, leaves his phone in the truck because I have the hardest daggum time throughout the day trying to get a hold of him. You know, if I need him for something, it's ringing. And then finally he'll call me like, maybe on his lunch break. Oh, hey, boss, you need something? yeah, I needed you like 3 hours ago. What the crap, you know? But it's good. He keeps that phone in the truck and he's out working. You know, he's not playing on the phone. He's not watching TikTok. He's not creating a YouTube channel or nothing, you know? So
he's not running a Segway and a weed eater at the same time.
yeah, I saw that video too.
Hey, look, if you can pull that off.
Dude, I'd bust my butt so hard.
That's me. That's what I told Johnny down there at Blades of Grass. I said, dude, I like the concept, but I don't know that I'm coordinated enough for that.
Yeah.
And I don't heal like I used to either.
Oh yeah, I would. Yeah, it wouldn't be good for me, man, to be on something like that, trying to do some yards and cutting and doing all that. I ain't turned down nobody, but that will pay what I'm asking right now. Hey, I don't blame you, man. If you're asking and you feel like it's your number and everything, I don't blame you, man. I wouldn't be turning nobody down right now because you're new in it too. But you do have he does have a full-time job. He just does it on the side. I think that's Doghouse. And yeah, but man, wean them out if you get to a max number, you know, or he's wanting to go full-time.
Yeah, he's wanting to get to the next level is what he was telling me.
And it'll happen, man.
Yeah, I enjoy chatting with Dalton. He's a pretty good cat. Pretty smart cat, too. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things like doing what you did, getting out of the field. I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, it's kind of like going from a full-time job, going into your business, taking that leap of faith. It's pretty much the same way. You know, when I've had people tell me both ways, when your business is not going to get to where it needs to be until you leave your full-time job and jump out there in it. And I've also had people tell me, very successful businesses, $1 million businesses, tell me you're not going to get, once you step out in faith and go full-time in your business, the next step is to get out of the field, because it's not going to get to its max potential until you do step back and let the business run itself. Now, yeah, you could run around and do the quotes. You can run around and get all the materials and, you know, parts, drop mowers off at the dealership, whatever you need to do. But that way you can keep that truck moving. And that is true, because think about it, man, a solo guy like me, I'm the owner, I'm the operator, I'm the mechanic, I've got like 8 different hats I wear.
Yeah.
And
all I did was take a couple hats off and, you know, ease up my stress a little bit and, you know, focus more on numbers with the business, because now I know that I got numbers and stuff, because I got 2 guys out there working, and it has to make sense for these jobs in the timely manner to get done to where we're all making money at the end of the day, you know, whether I'm going out there or not, because I'm the expense too. I saw where Florida Turf Pros made a video, and he said, you know, the guys that have guys running out there doing it, why they're not out there in the field. He said, I like being in the field. There might be one day where I don't, but, you know, doing these smaller properties and all that to try to catch them up on you know, if they're behind or anything like that. And I've done that this year, you know, when we get rained behind and all that, and I have to go solo and cut 5 or 6 yards, you know, or, you know, for 3 days or something just to catch us back up. But I'm an expense, you know, in the business. If I'm sitting here not doing nothing and they're doing the work, there's still expense here that needs to be covered. You know? And
also what Jonathan's not mentioning is, yeah, he's out in the field, but he's not out there all day long. There's a difference between going out there as a solo with one rig and you're cutting 4 or 5 yards versus out there with the crew cutting. You know, those guys down there, that 2-man crew he's got, they're cutting in anywhere from 20 to 30 lawns a day.
Yeah.
And that's a big difference. So he's in the field, but he's not in the field. He has time to go do everything else. And if he wasn't having time, he wouldn't be picking up all those side jobs that he's doing. And that's the way you have to look at it. You're not, and it's tough. I mean, it's got to be scary. I mean, I get why Chad and Ray don't want to get out of the field. I mean, I get it 100%. But at the same time, I have nothing but respect for people that have the courage to get out there and let the business run itself. Get you a crew leader, somebody you can depend on, and just let him take over.
Mm-hmm. Now take care of him.
Yeah, you got to
treat him right.
And that goes with paying somebody, finding somebody that's good enough that you can pay year round, whether the work's rolling in or not, because they've got a family too.
Yeah, exactly.
And I ain't talking about a 1099 employee either. I'm talking about a W-2 employee, a legitimate employee.
Yeah, you're right.
But
saw one of Florida Turf Pro's videos recently on pricing for the solo guys. Great information. Yeah, he's got great information, man. And he talks real well. You can tell he's got some knowledge under his head and all that. He's got some education. You know, he might say the fancier words than what me as a redneck would say or whatever. But, you know, I've heard a lot of people tell me too that, you know, people like us and the way we talk, that's who's out here cutting grass and everything, you know, just an old country boy out here, just trying to make a living, trying to make it out here, trying to make it right. My wording to them, they comprehend more than they comprehend from the guys that have a lot of college experience and education and all that. We
break it down in layman terms.
We get our layman terms and they figure it out and they're like, oh, that's what Florida Turf was talking about. Oh, why didn't he just say it like Lee said it, you know? What the crap?
Because he's got to let you know that he has a business degree, man.
Yeah.
He spent $100,000 on that degree. You need to know he's got that degree.
Yeah, I took business. I took business in school. I took it in trade school. I did take that. I took auto body and I took accounting and I took business math and business and everything.
Yeah, I didn't.
I don't know how much that helped me out on through life, but probably had a little bit to do with it. You know, I like numbers and everything. So,
yeah, I didn't do any of that, man. I've got experience in industrial maintenance. I'm a certified welder, and I have a CDL in my pocket. And I cut grass.
Yeah. Jay said, that's another thing I'm getting called about. A ton of guys, while they're currently employed for other lawn companies, calling wanting to come over to mine. Hey,
there's nothing wrong with that. But
no, big red flag though.
Yeah, it is. It is aware. You need to listen to them. Kind of go fishing a little bit, if you get what I'm saying. Kind of feel them out, see what they're going to tell you. I know I had a guy last year come up to me. He was driving the company truck, and he saw me out there mowing, saw I was a solo guy, and he walked up to me, and he was like, hey, man, you hiring? And I looked at him. I was like, I don't know. Who's asking? And he was like, I'm asking. He said, I'm looking for a job. And then he started bashing the company. That's a red flag. For one, he came up to me with a company shirt on and with the company truck while he was supposed to be working, and then started bashing the company that he was representing.
Yeah, because he's wanting to see how much you pay per hour, because, you know, all of it's an hour game to them, you know. They're like, well, I'm only making like $14, $15 with this company. How much do you pay your employees or whatever? I get that all the time, dude. I get calls like that all the time. I get calls like, you know, people always call, you know, needing help, you know, they're wanting a job and all that. I get that. But, you know, I get them pulling up to me just like you're saying, or whatever. They work for the city or something. They're like, well, y'all hiring? I'm like, no, not right now. Not at the moment. Oh, well, we're not happy where we're at. You know, they only pay us this much. And I'm like, yeah, I get it, man. It's terrible, you know, or, you know, hope you can find something better, you know, but we're not hiring at the moment. So,
yeah. And the thing about
Chad came in here late, man. We're about to get off here, Chad.
Man, where you been, Chad?
Chad knows we're doing a Tuesday night one.
Man, you ought to be slam shamed to yourself, Chad.
Yep. Jay, yeah, I don't know if I like that. The pay was one of the biggest reasons I asked about. To me, it seems like the guys that could infect your company. Yeah, I mean, they could, man. They could hurt you or help you. You don't know, man. You don't know what kind of personality somebody has. They could be all great and great. Chad will tell you, Ray will tell you, a super great employee for a week, and after that, they get their paycheck or whatever, and all crap breaks down, and they just don't, you know, they can be good for the first couple of days, and then you start seeing their attitude and actually their personality, how they really actually are.
Yeah, there's a company called Pebble Creek Landscaping in my area. They're the biggest residential landscapers around here. And his son and his boys and my oldest son, they play football together. And I was talking to him one day, and he was telling me, he said, man, he said, when somebody comes to me in an interview and I ask them what kind of experience they have, and then they go into this, I know how to spray, I know how to fertilize, I know how to do sod, hardscape, I'm the best maintenance man you ever see. He says when they start telling him all that, that's when he busts out, well, why ain't you running your own business if you know how to do all this?
Yeah.
That's the kind of people you got to watch out for, because that's the type of people that could go out and start their own business and take every customer you have.
That's what you got to watch out for. They're checking your properties out too and seeing what you're pricing them at. You don't tell them your prices or whatever, and
that's exactly right.
They're trying to read to see if they can come in and snatch up some of your customers,
Yeah. And it's like, I'm sure it's like that with any business. I mean, I think Jay has a pressure washing gig that he's got, but I'm sure he deals with that in pressure washing too. I mean, you just got to be careful, man. Got to be careful. I know I had an employee last year that he worked with me 2 summers. Actually, the first summer he was a doggone rock star, but the last summer, he was getting ready to start a career, and his mind was focused on that versus where I needed him to be at the moment, and it just didn't work out. But there's so many things that you can run into with employees. You've also got to think about this too. At some point in time, we were all somebody's employee.
Yeah.
And you got to think about what went through your mind as an employee as well.
Oh, so yeah, I had some jobs that I hated when I was growing up, smaller jobs that I was working for some guys on the side and everything. And, that puts it back too on how, some companies treated me, how I got treated and all that kind of stuff reflects on how I treat my guys now. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to treat my guys. I don't want to yell at my guys. I don't want to scream at them all day, all that kind of stuff, because all that's doing is putting that man down. You can pull him to the side away from everybody, talk to him like a man, he'll respect you a whole lot more if you respect him. You know what I'm saying? But we learned growing up, like you're saying, how businesses treated us, how we thought about that business or whatever. So, the guys that are coming in, they probably the same way, got the same mindset or whatever,
Yeah. And another thing too, having employees, you've got to make sure that everything is priced accordingly, because you're going to lose money in business, but if you got employees, you're going to lose money a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
In more ways than one. I mean, you're going to have more breakdowns. You're going to go through a lot more fuel, a lot more string on your weed eaters, a lot more blades on your edgers. They're going to turn your mowers into stump grinders, you name it. You're going to lose a lot of money when you have employees, not to mention what you have to pay them.
Yeah, I built that. Chad said he did a small pressure washing job today. I got that pressure washer unit down there at my shop, man. We probably only used it about 3 or 4 times. I used it to wash the equipment with or whatever. But maybe I need to talk to y'all on how do I pick up pressure washing jobs, man. I can't pick up a pressure washer. I got all these customers. I constantly tell them, hey, I got this pressure washing system. We can soft wash your house. We can do your driveways. We can do a lot for you. Even on the lakes, we can spray down your docks, and all kinds of stuff. I can't get no pressure washing work for nothing.
Your area may be like mine.
Where I'm at.
I tried to get my feet wet in the pressure washing thing this past winter just to try to generate some revenue, and I found out very quickly that it wasn't going to happen, because there's 2 major companies around here, and they have contracts in their business, and so a lot of my lawn care customers have contracts with those customers, and those companies, and they told me, they said, man, I can't, I'm locked in a contract. So that may be what's going on in your area too.
Yeah, a lot of people don't pay for a lot of service stuff around my area, man. Look, man, the yards that we get a lot of times or whatever, man, they just care if it's short, It ain't gotta be pretty. It ain't gotta be nothing. A lot of these old heads that worked in the mines all their lives and all that, they're like, Hey, buddy Lee, if you just make it short every 2 weeks, man, I'm happy, man. And a lot of them are like, we don't even care if you weed around them trees out there or whatever, just as long as you just mow it, you know. Roberto's calling me again. Hey, talk to him for a second. Let me see what Roberto's wanting. You host for a little while.
Yeah, I wish it was like that in my area. I wish I could just go out and make tall grass short.
Yeah.
That's not the way it is around here.
Oh, let's start.
But Chad, give your 2 cents on employees, man.
Yeah, you come to my house 7:30.
I'm in here looking at the
Yeah, tell Dad at 7:30 in the morning.
no SL Services. It's not Cousins Power Washing. I think that's what that says. It's not Cousins Power Washing. You got one that's called Mega Soft Wash and one that's called Veterans pressure washer.
What's up, Brandon? You in here late? Y'all want to try to do a late night daggum live? Everybody's coming in here at the end of it and everything. Y'all gonna make me push it out and go later? Ugh. That's all right. Whatever. It's fine. It happens.
It ain't my live.
I'm sure
Chad,
what is it?
Chad said he'd have to hop on here to talk about employees. I said, it ain't my live. I can't invite you, but I'm sure Lee don't mind.
No, I don't mind. Get your butt in here. I done told Jay Moen he can come in here. We can have 4 or 5 people in here and just amongst our sales talk. There's 10 in here right now. I wish we can have all 10 of y'all in here. We can just all be live looking at each other talking.
Yeah, man, I hop on here all the time, and I'm sure Lee's getting tired of looking at me. I'm sure all of y'all are getting tired of looking at me.
No. I ain't tired of it at all. There it is, Chad. I just popped it on there if you want to get on here too. We can hang out a little bit longer if you want to. My wife's probably up there like, Lee, you said you were only going to do an hour and a half tonight.
He's addicted, Brittany. He's addicted.
I love it, man. I could talk about lawn care all day, every day. Hey, I'm the one that don't have to get up and go to work like y'all do every morning, you know? So, oh, I didn't mean it like that.
He's flexing, y'all. He's lying to y'all. He's flexing.
Actually, we are. I actually am going in the morning. That's what Roberto was calling. What time we're starting? We're actually starting at 7:30 in the morning, and I got to get them over there to do that landscaping job. It's just a brick border, a block border. It's going to be too high, and I got to get them to level it all the way around there in the flower bed. So
we're actually going to get on the first one at 7 in the morning. Here in Columbia County, we can't do that. We've got a noise ordinance, and we can't start work till 8 o'clock. But we're going to Richmond County tomorrow. We're going to get on there early.
Yeah, my guys start at 5 every morning.
Man, I wish we could do that. God,
5 o'clock every morning. Now we got it designed to where they're going to commercial properties first, and they don't get to a residential property till about 8 o'clock. But I got all these commercial properties lined up each day that they can go in a route and do them first thing. And man, yeah, we can. They'll be out cutting grass about 5:15, 5:20 every morning.
That's nice. What time are they doing every day?
What's up, Brandon? About 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Golly. And they're working 6 days a week?
No, 5 days a week.
Oh, I was going to say, no wonder Roberto's making $100,000 a year.
He's making good, I promise you.
He's raking in the hours, man.
They're getting about 60 hours a week, man. That's what I said. Last week, I think they got like 55, and the week before that, they got 61 and a half. So.
Are you converting a lot of stuff to weekly?
Yeah, that's why. That's why we're pushing longer days right now, because we moved a lot of people to weekly with all this rain and everything. A lot.
Me and Buster was talking about that the other day. I can't talk anybody into doing it. I think I've talked 2 people into going weekly, and I picked up a few in the past week or so that want weekly service, but that's just something that's not even hurt. I mean, you could even take $10, $15 off of the service, and they still don't want to go weekly. It's like, man.
Oh, Brandon said he's been here. Brandon said he's been here. He's just been listening. I got you.
Is that SL Services?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in here for a while.
What's up, Francisco? Glad you made it in here. We've been in here for about 2 hours already. Chad said, neither of my guys have hit 40 hours yet. Laugh out loud. Any this year.
I know when I worked for Cisco, man, I I was putting in about 70 hours every week, and people would complain about having a 45-hour week, and I'm like, man, so what do you do past Wednesday? You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
45 hours. Get out of my face.
Chad said, but he's averaging about 60 or so Monday through Saturday. So he does a lot outside of his guys.
Yeah, I've seen it to where he'll drop the guys off, and he'll go on back out and get some more stuff done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing but respect for that, man.
But respect. But that's what you got to do, man, because he don't want to overwork his guys and then they not show up no more, you know? And it's crazy, man, that this is a seasonal business. You know, it gets on my nerves about guys sometimes that you have to pamper them, you know? They just don't make men like they used to make men, Tank. They don't make the hard, just get your work done, get done, work all day long, go home, let mama rub that back or whatever because you put in a hard day's work. They just don't make them like that anymore.
No, man. I mean, there's just a handful of us left, you know? It's the last of a dying breed.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, you know, technically I'm a millennial, but I am not part of that generation.
Yeah, yeah. Me too, man. My dad was a hard butt, man, growing up and everything. He owned a concrete business, but he was a hard butt growing up. But
concrete's hard work, man.
Yeah, concrete's hard work.
Nah, that's what I tell
I wouldn't take over that business.
My wife and I were talking about that one day. You know, I'm paying my boys to work with me right now. They're not making much, but they're making something. And it's like I was telling them, it's like, dude, you don't get it. When I was your age, if I had to go to work with my stepdad, there wasn't no pay involved. It was you going to do it or I'm going to slap you, one or the other.
Yeah. My wife said, you guys have a good night. Y'all really love that grass. Francisco said he had a guy at 3 o'clock every day, said it was Miller time. Yeah, yeah. I had a customer tell me one of a few owners that work hard than my workers. Work harder than my workers. Okay. You do work harder than your workers, man. And a lot of times, I mean.
If you don't, your workers won't respect you.
Exactly. Exactly. Roberto saw me on them banks before. He saw me get it on them banks and everything. David hadn't, but Roberto, he's got a lot of respect for me, and I got a lot of respect for him. We've been in the trenches together.
Yeah. Never ask you guys to do something that you won't do.
That's a fact, man. Don't put them in a situation that is uncomfortable for them as well, you know, but don't put them in a situation that you have never tried to do and then get mad at them when they don't get done at a certain time and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what it's like, you know. Me and Roberto knows this list. We've been doing the same list and all these jobs. Now, we did add several this year and everything, and I find myself saying, oh, why did it take them this long? And Brittany's like, well, you did add like 4 yards to this day than when you were doing it, you know. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I have to think, you know, like, oh, yeah, that's probably why it's taking them a little bit longer, you know. But I've been doing the same yards for so many years. I got them timed. I mean, timed down to where me and Roberto are doing it. You know, it should be the same time close to where David and Roberto are doing it, you know. But, you know, you have to give a little leadway in the hotter time of the year. But it's good if you write all it down. Like I said, I got a book. You know, every year I get a calendar book and I write every day in and every time down just because I pay them. But I know how long it takes to do the job, you know.
Yeah. And you don't use Yard Book or Java or anything like that, do you?
I use Invoice Simple, and it's just to track my stuff. And I can send emails, invoices out, and I can send estimates out. But I don't, you know, it don't create my routes or do anything like that. I don't use it for that. I kind of know.
I'm pretty sure Jobber's like this too. I can't speak for QuickBooks or any of the rest of them, but Yard Book in particular, you can time those properties. Like you can track the time, see how long it takes your crew to knock a property out.
Yeah. Francisco, and you can answer this too, Tank. Have you ever had a customer offer you a beer?
I had a customer offer me a joint. Yeah.
I never had that, but I had old Doctor on the lake, and he would always come out after we got through cutting his yard or whatever, and hand me a beer and everything, and I'll be like, "Oh, I'll drink it here in a little while. I appreciate it." And he'll be drinking on his, talking to me, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll drink it here in a little while," and I'd put it in the truck or whatever. I wouldn't drink it or nothing.
Yeah, I've had plenty of them offer me. Yeah, I've had plenty of them offer beer, but I have had one offer some dope one time, and I'm like, nah, that's a smell you can't hide there.
Yeah, I never had that, but like offering you a beer or whatever, it's just old country boy, man. You're out cutting his yard or whatever. He knows you're hot, man. Just accept it. You ain't got to drink it in front of him or nothing like that, or drink it. It's just he's being. That's what old country boys do. That's what they do. Yeah, hey, man. I know it's hot out here, man. I bet you would like one of these natty lights or Budweisers, and I'm like, nah, I don't really like Budweisers, man. Make me crap through a screen door.
Never touch no wires.
Yeah, never touch no wires on them things. Like, no, man, I'm good, man. I appreciate it. A lot of times I tell them I appreciate it and all that, but yeah, see, Lee's got to see. There it goes, man. See, somebody's got to go on and talk about the belly and all that. Like I got a beer belly and all that. This is food belly, man. I like, I eat my foods. I don't do much drinking. This is a fat boy for real.
Yeah, I can't say nothing either, man. I've got a food baby growing inside of me too.
Mm-hmm.
I eat like a madman.
I thought she was going to bed, but she's unclimbed in here again. We started talking, she's like, and that same doctor, whatever, man, he gave me, it was like a $1,200 bottle of wine, and he had a wine cellar and everything. And he's like, hey, man, this is for you and your wife, man. Y'all go, make you a steak at home and have you a bottle of wine and everything. And I'm like, okay. And I brought it home. I was like, check this out, man. Dr. Capper gave us, man. He said it's like $1,200. And Brittany's like, oh, wow. So we cracked it open and started drinking it, tried it. It's disgusting, man. It was so nasty, man. Dry red wine. Oh, God. It stayed in our refrigerator forever, and finally we threw it out. But we didn't even finish our glass. We poured us each a little glass. And I was like, my God.
If you're watching this, Doc, sorry. No offense, Doc.
Well, what's it on about Doc if he's watching it?
I'm talking about the doctor that you're talking about. I'm calling him
Doc. No, he done passed away several years ago.
Whatever, man.
Great guy, man. Great guy, man.
Way to make me feel like a jerk, Lee.
No, man, he was an awesome guy, man. Awesome with everything. Dude, he made me do some crazy stuff one time too. He's a doctor. He's got one of his sons is a neuro doctor at Birmingham. His other son is a big dentist guy, and his last son liked to party a lot and everything. And he had a job here, job there. He never really, followed the father's footsteps. And sure enough, man, I was kind of upset about this too, or whatever, because it's my brother-in-law's buddy. They're best friends or whatever. He's like, Lee, how much would it cost for you to, because he had a spare house, a guest house. He's like, I need you to move all this stuff out of here and put it in storage. And at the time, I didn't ask him what it was or whatever at the beginning. I was like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll charge you to do it. I got my enclosed trailer. We'll load it out, and take it all to the storage unit. Come to find out, he was moving his son out. He made me kick his son out. He made me move all his stuff.
Did his son know that you were moving him out?
Not till later when he came home and all his stuff was gone in the storage.
He said that youngest boy was shaving the family up.
Yeah, I was like, Dr. Capper, man, that's messed up. Yeah, my buddy, my brother-in-law, Chase, he's like, man, you did Colin wrong, man. You moved him out of his dad's house. I was like, I didn't know I was moving. The customer's paying me. I do whatever he wants me to do. You know what I'm saying? He's paying good. And his yard looked like a golf course, dude. Probably the prettiest yard I've ever cut and everything. He would do it the right way. He would do all his own fertilizing and everything to get me to cut it. But dude, when I get through cutting it, man, it would stripe and it looked. I ain't had a yard in town that striped like his yard did. It was so nice, so pretty. He spent money.
I'll tell you what. Is it Bermuda?
No, it was Georgia.
Oh yeah. Probably Zeon's Georgia, huh?
Yeah, it was expensive, Georgia.
Yeah, Zeon's Georgia. That stuff stripes up so nice.
Dude, this guy spent $100,000 in his kitchen floor. He shaved down wine barrels and made his kitchen floor out of wine barrels.
That's crazy.
Spent $100,000. I was like,
that is
good
crazy.
not. Yeah. That's crazy.
Very, very successful doctor, evidently.
Yeah, he was very successful. He had a very, very nice lake house and everything. All right, Chad, we'll see you later. Guys, I think we need to call it anyways. What do you think, Tank? You think you're ready to wrap this bad boy up?
Yeah, it's time for me to hop off.
Yeah, Brittany said he bought a brand new zero turn. The youngest was going to start cutting his grass just so he'd have money. Quit working, gave it to us, and he had never put a drop of oil in it. That's what's wrong with it. His son, he bought a brand new mower, ended up giving me the mower, didn't put no oil in it and everything, and his son ran it and blew it up or whatever. I can't remember what happened, but he'd give us
Crazy.
all kinds of stuff, dude. All kinds of stuff. Furniture, like outdoor furniture, everything that was hardly used. And that's why I wear pack rats now, I guess.
Yeah. How many people are left?
8 people right now because I just said we're going to cancel. It was 11 just a second ago. So everybody's starting to wind down and wrap it out of here, guys. So
what was the most you
got
had
anything
tonight?
else you want to? I think we got up to like 15, 16 maybe, just for a Tuesday night. That's not bad.
Yeah. What is it normally on Sunday? Like 20, 30?
Yeah, close
40?
to 30. We've hit close to 30 on Sunday nights.
Tell Jay's mowing he's going to have to hit up some of his guys, his followers or subscribers, and tell them to come in.
Yeah, tell them to bring it on, man. We're good, man. This community in here is great, man. I like to do some interviews with some of these other guys, some of these other lawn care creators, So anybody that knows anybody that wants to spread the word to somebody and let them know, come into the lives on Sunday night. I'd love to talk to them, not trying to kick Tank out of here. I like having Tank in here and Chad and all the guests that I've had on here before. So
yeah, Tank ain't been doing it for so long though. He's about out of stuff to talk about.
Crazy storms here in Tennessee now. Jay Myers, I saw the text earlier. I knew you was going to be giving us that weather report, and I was wondering if he was going to make it in here or not. So Jay made it in here right before we're closing down. So you got anything else you want to add, Tank?
No, I just wanted to hop on here and see what's up with everybody.
Dude, I appreciate you being on here, man. You help me out with topics and all that. I say the same thing with Chad. When you're on here for 2.5 hours or 3 hours, yeah, man, it just your mind, you know what I'm saying. All you country boys know what I'm talking about. Dang, come on. Y'all know what we're out. So, all right, guys. See y'all next time. Sunday night, be ready. I'm hoping the Van Green from Canada is going to be on here, but if not, hopefully we find somebody else or whatever and have another great live. So appreciate y'all for being on here. And until next time, peace.
See you guys.